to the throw for the end zone. Touchdown, Parker. Lift off by Xavier Howard. Tagovailoa trying to pick up for it. Fires to the end zone. Touchdown! That's hard work.
What is good, Fin Nation? What is good? It's your boy Reason, and we are back here for another one. I know I said I would be back either tonight or tomorrow, but I'll definitely be back Friday, and I'll be giving y'all a prospect preview and breakdown of Jalen Waddle, and that'll start the first of my series of all the guys we'll be going over. But just with what's been going on in terms of with the media, what's been going on in terms of, you know, just the push that started really since day 2 of the draft. I figured I wanted to come on and I wanted to talk about the subject because to me it's you know, it's an interesting thing for a guy like me because if anyone has ever paid attention to me, you know, Aaron Rodgers is my favorite non-Dolphins player. He's been my favorite quarterback since Dan Marino entered the league. So we're going to take a little bit of a look into some of the trade proposals that are out there, some of the thoughts that are out there regarding Aaron Rodgers potentially coming to Miami. And then after that, I will give my whole take on the situation. And then I'll open it up to you guys, allow you guys to come on and hear what you guys have to say, your thoughts on the whole process. And Mason, yeah, I did see what you're talking about. Kerryon Johnson, the running back for the Detroit Lions, has been released, which is, you know, he's still 23 years old, still a young kid. His rookie season was actually really good. Then he got kind of marred with injuries in 2019. And then when you talk about what happened last year, you know, it kind of turned into a clustered backfield when they added Adrian Peterson and they drafted DeAndre Swift. So, you know, I have no problem of them taking like the 1 year prove a deal route with Kerryon Johnson. He's a pretty good back, but we'll see how that goes and where that goes, if it even goes anywhere, right? But in case you guys haven't been paying attention to social media today, another thing that's happened is Finzone has basically come out and they released they released some of the leaked jersey numbers, Will Fuller's number, Albert Wilson's changing numbers. So we'll go over that. We'll check those numbers out, but I really want to hear everyone's thoughts on the whole Aaron Rodgers thing, because to me, you know, I get where everyone's getting frustrated that no one's leaving us alone, that it's the same thing over and over and over again. Whenever there's a quarterback that goes off and, you know, hits the open market, obviously for some reason, we're always seen as a destination. I don't know why that is. Hey, you know what it is. I'm not really going to sit here and cry about it, because if you want my honest opinion, this is a guy I would want more than Deshaun Watson. Just because, you know, this is a guy who he has gone further and he's worked with less than what than what Deshaun Watson has. He's gone farther. So he is truly someone who makes everyone around him better. He's one of those guys that ups the level. So and the problem right now is you got to look to is, you know, if he's going to get traded by the Green Bay Packers, they're going to get him out of the NFC. It's the same thing they did with Brett Favre. If you go and you look into the whole Brett Favre thing, there was actually when he was traded to the Jets, there was actually a stipulation in that deal about him if he got moved to the Minnesota Vikings from New York, the New York Jets would have had to give up more draft capital. So we'll get into that. They're gonna want to get him out of the West. So we'll get into that. We'll get into that. But first, before I get into the Aaron Rodgers stuff, I wanted to go ahead and I wanted to get into the New Jersey numbers that have apparently leaked, what guys will be going for. So basically, this is what it's looking like. According to FinZone, and if you go, you can follow them on IG. Apparently today they decided they wanted to become big on Twitter. So if you look at what they've said, the numbers coming out is Jalen Waddle is going to take number 17. Jalen Phillips is going to take number 15. Javon Holland, instead of wearing number 8, is apparently going to be rocking the number 22. Albert Wilson, who was formerly 15, will now apparently be switching to number 2. And Will Fuller, as you can see right in front of you, is set to wear number 3. Gonna be different seeing one of our top edge rushers, who hopefully is that what he'll become, Jalen Phillips, wearing number 15. We all knew Jalen would probably go 17. I wish Javon would have stayed at 8. 22, I can dig. Wish he would have stayed at 8 though. Albert Wilson switching to 2 that's a new one. I forget what his college number was. If I look up, so Albert Wilson in college at Georgia State, he was number 2. So that makes sense. He's going back because he was number 12. That's why he was number 12 when he was in Kansas City. So yeah, when you go back to when he played for the Georgia State Panthers, I believe, he was number 2. And then as far as Will Fuller is concerned and moving to 3, which is going to look nasty. That's going to look so good. Will Fuller was actually number 7 in college. So I don't know where that's coming from, what the inspiration behind that is, but that's interesting to see. Darth Vader asked, what do you think about Kerryon Johnson? He got cut. I started off talking about him. I got no problem with looking into Kerryon Johnson on a 1-year prove-it deal. Like I said, he's still 23. He had a good rookie season. Then in 2019, it was a little bit of marred with injuries. And then he came back in 2020. And the problem was AP was added to that room, as was DeAndre Swift. Now, if you're going to ask me who I'd rather take, I would actually take Adrian Peterson still over Kerryon Johnson. Because again, even with Kerryon Johnson, I'm giving you a 1-year deal. I'm not sitting here and I'm not locking down Kerryon Johnson for years upon years. It's just not happening. So, you obviously want to see what you can get out of him in year 1. So, Adrian Peterson, though, we talked about it yesterday. He's only about 400 yards behind Barry Sanders right now. So he's running for something, right? Like he's got an end goal to his game and to what he's doing. So I totally think Kerryon Johnson, isn't on the same level of what an Adrian Peterson would be coming in. And Adrian Peterson still got it, kind of like when we got Frank Gore, right? Kind of when we brought Frank Gore in, Frank Gore still had it, right? Frank Gore wasn't out here. He wasn't a bust. He wasn't Jordan Howard, right? He was still earning every yard, putting in the work, and one of the hardest workers. Remember how mad he was that he wasn't able to practice under Gase, that Gase wanted to save his leg, so he wouldn't let him practice. That type of fire, that's what you want to see. So Will Fuller, like I said up here, is set to wear number 3. Albert Wilson looks like he's switching to number 2. Javon Holland will wear number 22. Jason Phillips looks like he's going to go with number 15. And Jalen Waddle is going to go to number 17. So there are the jersey leaks for the Miami Dolphins. Interesting to see. Really, to be honest with you, other than Jalen Waddle and Jalen Phillips, everything else is a surprise to me. I truly thought Javon Holland would go to number 8. I really did. So it is what it is, man. There are the jersey leaks apparently. Now, these are not set in stone. All right. These are leaks from FinZone. We still have to see them get announced by the team. We still have to see the players announce them personally. So these are leaks. This is what the numbers are rumored to be. So I'm going to say take him in, but take him in with a little bit of a grain of salt. I wouldn't sit here and take this stuff as gospel. But if it ends up being the way it is, you know where you heard it first, right here, if you were not on Twitter today, because it's popped off a little bit. Now, let's get into the whole Aaron Rodgers situation, because we got a lot to go over here before I sit back, give my thoughts, and then I open it up to you guys to bring you on and hear what you got to say about Aaron Rodgers. So this really started gaining steam, I guess you could say, on day 2 of the draft. And it was a segment on Good Morning Football. I'm going to play a bit of that segment so you guys can see where it really started. And then we'll go from there. Okay, guys?
Every day during draft week for the last several years.
You guys can hear that, right?
Give me a thumbs up in the comments. Presented by Progressive. Now, today is Friday. It's day 2 of the draft. Typically, we would say, all right, this team is on the clock. What should they do? We ripped that up because the second we heard Aaron Rodgers potentially being moved, we had to just rip up the segment and start it again. This is called Bro, You're on the Clock, Aaron Rodgers version. Now, we understand Aaron Rodgers is not going to be traded tonight, or so we think. Tom Pelissero reporting 0% chance the Packers move on from Aaron Rodgers. That's what the news reports say. This is Good Morning Football. Let's dig right in and let's get into the Packers facility where Kay Adams, you are the general manager of the Green Bay Packers, Brian Gutekunst. Kyle Brandt, you are head coach Matt LaFleur, and Nate, you are team chairman and CEO Mark Murphy. Here's the scenario. It's just day 2 of the draft. You guys are all hanging out. Maybe the phone rings with some offers, or maybe nothing happens at all. Let's just see how it all plays out.
Okay.
You're on the clock.
My phone's ringing, it's lighting up. Hello?
Packers, it's the Dolphins. Chris Greer here, the general manager. I'm with Brian Flores. We got Stephen Ross. This is an all-organization decision, and we're going to basically give you the keys to our organization's future for Aaron Rodgers. If you're willing to listen, I understand. This is a long shot, but Tua, he could be yours. We'll give you the 49ers first-round pick from next year. We'll give you the 49ers first-round pick from the following year, because we got both of those in the trade earlier this month. And then we'll also give you our second-round pick from next year and our first-round pick in 2023. Think it over. I know this is a crazy one.
I mean, this is a haul.
Okay. Before I continue on here and let this roll, they have Jordan Love. Do you really think they're taking on Tua Tagovailoa? Food for thought. I'll continue on. I'll let these jabronis continue on.
Greg?
You get 3 first-round picks, and you get a second-round pick for a 38-year-old disgruntled quarterback, and you get Tua, a number 5 overall pick.
Okay.
Goody, what do you say? Goody, what do you got?
All right, Goody here, hanging out. I can't believe we're talking about this right now. This is unbelievable. I'm looking right at you, LaFleur. I mean, 3 first-rounders and a second are pretty nice. Don't we believe in Jordan Love, though? Do you believe in
K's
Jordan
a
Love?
dime.
Is it good to have, I guess it's nice to have competition between Tua
K is
Tagovailoa
a
and Jordan
damn
Love on this
dime.
one?
I'm shook.
You're-
Mama. I've never
What do you
coached a
think?
football game in the NFL without Aaron Rodgers as my quarterback ever. I don't want to do it.
Are you getting emotional?
I'm afraid. I don't care if it's 50 first-round picks. You guys are the business side.
Yeah.
You asked me
Okay.
to coach the football team. You want to trade Aaron Rodgers? Like, this is nuts.
Well, you'll have to pick between Tua and Jordan, so we'll keep the one who's better if we took this trade.
I don't want to trade him for Flash Gordon. Like, I don't want to trade for anybody. Do you guys?
I say we take this deal. This
What?
deal is fantastic. Listen, you get Tua. He competes with Jordan Love.
Burleson
And then
with the
3
scooter
first-round
braid.
picks.
Crazy.
Listen, if we miss with Tua and Jordan Love, we'll grab
Yeah.
a quarterback over the next couple of years for sure.
Yeah, I'm going to say we're the belle of the ball, and we can do better than this. There's got to be 15 teams trying to reach us right now.
Okay.
See? Told you.
Okay. What do you got?
Hello?
3 first-round picks and a second.
Green
You think
Bay,
you
it's
could
Mike Mayock here.
do- Okay, we're just gonna stop there. The fact that they think they could do better than 3 first-round picks, in the next 2 years, a second and Tua is absolutely crazy to me. Again, let's bring it back to that offer. This is what the offer was. I think that's absolutely asinine. Like, again, this is coming from a guy whose favorite quarterback since Dan Marino was Aaron Rodgers. It's coming from a guy who believes Aaron Rodgers can make everyone around him and could take peanuts to the conference championship. My issue with this is who's giving up 3 first-round picks, Tua Tagovailoa, and a second-round pick for a 37-year-old quarterback. That is a lot. Like, that's a ton of capital, man. So, all right, let's keep it rolling because there is way more than that we got to look at right now. Way more than that. Okay, so that happened on Friday, okay? And on Saturday, right? On Saturday, an interesting little thread came out for Benjamin Albright that I want to go over before we get into other stuff here. Because there's a couple other offers that have been out there in the media that I want to show you guys that these guys are putting out there. All right. So from the homie Benjamin Albright. And remember, Denver was one of the teams that was rumored to be heavily involved, right? So that's why I'm going into this. Okay. So this is what Benjamin Albright said. This is the Aaron Rodgers story as I know it. Obviously, Rodgers has been dissatisfied for some time. Several teams made postseason inquiries this year, including the Rams, prior to trading for Stafford, although that went nowhere with the Green Bay front office. Rodgers recently has begun telling teammates and those close to him that he wasn't coming back to Green Bay. Now, side note, if you guys are paying attention today, apparently he's been ripping the GM in group chats and even to prospective free agents, telling them, I'm not coming back. And the reason why I'm reading this thread is because Miami is mentioned in this thread. Early this week, Rodgers told people representing him to reach out and tell San Francisco to come get him. San Francisco called Green Bay and was told they weren't moving him. San Francisco was out at that point and back to the original plan of Trey Lance in the draft. Rodgers' camp, realizing their maximum leverage was the day of the draft, began leaking and back-channeling interest in other teams, including Las Vegas, Denver, and Miami. Right there. Denver did not reach out about Rodgers, but someone representing him had. Continuing on here. Again, Miami, right? One more time. Rodgers camp, realizing their maximum leverage was the day of the draft, began leaking and back-channeling interest in other teams, including Las Vegas, Denver, and Miami. Denver did not reach out about Rodgers, but someone representing him had. Back-channel communication with someone close to someone, but not officially an employee of the Broncos. That person, who again is not employed by the Broncos in any way, began leaking over-enthusiastic reports about the nature and closeness of a Rodgers deal to local media. A local Denver media personality reported erroneously that a deal was all but done when the team had yet to even officially contact Rodgers or the Packers, and no offer was on the table yet. Broncos source, when reached for comment, clarified this. Okay. Intimated that, of course, if a hypothetical Hall of Fame quarterback came available, the team would be interested like any team. But at this juncture, no talks had occurred. There was a potential for a temperature check with Green Bay over the weekend. Since then, Green Bay has released a statement saying they wouldn't trade him. Multiple calls from me have confirmed Rodgers' stance that he has no intention of playing for the Packers and would welcome a trade to several teams, including Denver. And obviously, several teams would include Miami right here if they're back channeling that information, right? While no deal is imminent or close or ever was, I do believe the Broncos will explore that option. They're okay going into 2021 with the QB room as is, and despite other reporting, we're not on a round 1 QB pick at 9 unless a specific one had been there. However, they will pursue options that present a dramatic improvement to the room. At this moment, I believe Rodgers won't play for the Packers in 2021 based on conversations I've had. Rodgers does not have a no trade clause, and the deal would have to be executed post June 1st to mitigate cap issues with Green Bay should any hypothetical deal be agreed to. So basically, what you have here is he realized he was losing leverage as the draft went on, and he got his camp to sit there and try and back channel communication with teams to gauge their interests. And Miami was obviously one of those teams. Now, the question we have to ask ourselves is Miami interested in him? And I would think there would be some kind of degree of interest. I don't think it would be the interest they had in Watson level, which I know for a fact was fairly high, because the fact is the age difference. Now, if Aaron Rodgers was 25, 26, yes, you'd have more than half the league showing up, but this guy's still playing at an MVP caliber at 37. So anyways, continuing on, let's keep it rolling here. So this obviously continued to spark over the weekend. And yesterday, Darren Orlovsky put out a hypothetical trade scenario for the Dolphins with Aaron Rodgers. And this is, again, he doesn't realize that we traded one of our first round picks in 2022. But even if we did, he would give up 4 first round picks and Tua Tagovailoa for a 37-year-old quarterback. See, this is what's boggling my mind here. The value these media outlets are putting on Aaron Rodgers. Like, my whole thing here is, dude, who's giving up 4 first rounders for Aaron Rodgers? You get a 2-year window. The guy's 37. This guy isn't even 30 right now. Like, that's absolutely ridiculous. And I personally don't think we would do that in any realm of reality, in any alternate universe people might think we're living in. There's no way we would be trading all of that. I mean, go look at what we just showed at Good Morning Football. They had us giving up 3 firsts and a second and Tua. Even that's way too much. And what's crazy about Dan Orlovsky getting involved here, and I said this to Tyler, Cali Girl, like, Dan Orlovsky was out here defending Tua Tagovailoa not too long ago and making the statement of why you should keep him. It's just, would you want a 2 to 3 year stopgap, Or do you want 10 years at least with Tua? I don't know, man. So, all right, continuing on. On ESPN today, Dolphin Nation, they reported a trade deal that was on ESPN today. And that was ESPN's Aaron Rodgers trade idea. The Packers get a 2022 first-round pick via the Niners, the 2023 first-round pick, whether the Dolphins or the Niners, a 2023 fifth-round pick from the Dolphins, and a 2022 first-round pick from Pittsburgh. In this, the Steelers get Tua, and the Dolphins get Rodgers and a 2023 fourth-round pick from Green Bay. Now, at least we're only giving up 2 firsts in this scenario. I mean, I guess that's the positive of this one. But again, are we sitting here and are we saying that teams are willing to give up 3 or 4 first round picks for this guy? Like, in essence, if you think about it, the Steelers are just giving up 1 first round pick for Tua. And, you make a good point, Michael. Why aren't the Bengals in these rumors? They got a guy who's coming off of having every letter in the alphabet torn in his leg. In his knee, sorry. I don't like. And what is this? The NBA now? We're doing 3-team trades. Like, Aaron Rodgers is my favorite quarterback in the NFL, but some of these, like, do we really think he's gonna gain all of this capital? Because, listen, this is where I'm at with this whole scenario. The way he's kind of acted and his Jeopardy stuff, teams are going to legit wonder if he still loves the game. That's a legit question. Have the Packers turned him off the game of football in terms of he doesn't love it the way he used to? And again, I go back to it. He is my favorite my non-Dolphins player. He's my favorite quarterback to enter the league since Dan Marino. But the guy's 37. We're not talking about a guy that's 27. Hell, 30. And, like, did the Bucs trade for Tom Brady? No. They let him come here on his own accord. Like, I just don't get why we're constantly the target of this stuff. Why are the Dolphins all of a sudden so desperate for an upgrade at the position? We're looking for a 37-year-old. Like, what word is out there in the media? What have people been told behind the scenes that we're this desperate that we're willing to give up all of this capital for a 37-year-old? That's what messes me up about this stuff. Like, if this was 5 years ago, I would get it. And you know what? If it was 5 years ago, some of y'all wouldn't be scoffing at those, those hypothetical trade scenarios. And Jonathan says, I think it's because people think we're only a QB away from being a Super Bowl contender. Are we really, though? We haven't seen what this new line's going to look like. We haven't seen what this running backs room is going to produce behind that new line. We don't know who's going to stay healthy and who's not in our receiving core. You know what I mean? Like, we still have a lot of questions in regards to where this roster is right now. And again, if this was 5 years ago, I think the majority of us would be on board. I don't get why we're the only team tied to this. I really don't. You know what I mean? And then I see, how thought out are these? Tua is involved in every single deal, yet they have Jordan Love. I just don't get it, man. So I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to drop the link. I want to get your guys' thoughts on Aaron Rodgers, because I know there's going to be some of you that are going to say, because the legitimate case here is Aaron Rodgers does give us a 2 to 3 year window to win a Super Bowl. I think he would have a better team than what he's had in Green Bay, especially weapon-wise in the receiving core. So, Martin, Irving, what's going on, boys?
What's going on, Reason? What's up, Irv?
What's going on, Reason? How you doing, man? Hey, what's going on, Martin?
Chilling, man.
How's your nights tonight?
What are your thoughts on this whole Aaron Rodgers thing?
Because
it's picking up steam. This stuff is getting heavier and heavier. That's why I got out in front of it tonight.
It is, but I'm more so of the mindset that you pretty much every move made this off season was handmade, tailored for Tua Tagovailoa. Obviously, the thought of attaining a future Hall of Famer is enticing. However, it's almost like, go preparing yourself for prom, getting everything ready, and the girl that you're actually taking out, another girl that's way hotter says, I want to go out with you now. I was like, nah, man, I did too much for this girl that asked me out a while back before you even considered me. So nah, man, I'm good. I'm gonna stick with Tua. I'm gonna rock with him because we've seen the work that he's been putting in. We're all of the mindset that all these guys coming into year 2 are gonna take a step. Maybe some won't, but we're just under the mindset that most of them will, including Tua. So I just want to see this continue to keep moving. I want to see this rebuild to really come to fruition. I love seeing things start from scratch. So I don't want to throw any type of monkey wrenches in this by getting a guy like Aaron Rodgers. And I love Aaron Rodgers, by the way.
What are your guys' thoughts on it, Irving, Josh?
Go ahead, Josh.
Well, I mean, like everyone has been saying in the comments, I think, they got 4.5 months to, try to fill in something for content. And, Tua was a very controversial thing that, got them a lot of clicks and all that. So they're just trying to milk it and, they're just going to keep going with it. And this is not going to be the end of it. In my opinion, I think, if something else comes up, that's going to be the next thing. So, I mean, they got 4.5 months to do this. So they're just going to keep spinning it.
True. They hate the Dolphins, man.
They do.
They really do. Like everything about what we're doing, it's screaming, Super Bowl contenders. But I don't know. I don't think people want to see the Dolphins succeed for whatever personal reasons it is in the media. But
yeah,
it's all good.
In my opinion, I just think this is just the media just throwing more, more monkey poo on the wall, just trying to get some, just trying to, gain some ratings. And
yeah, but you know what the thing is, Irving? Maybe they might know, like us, the Dolphins are the kings of 2-year fixes. Like we banned, like for the last 20 years, that's all we've ever done, Band-Aid solutions.
True.
Yeah, and it's that's true. And not only that we have that history of being, big, free agent spenders, but also that we also have this huge draft capital over the next 2 years. What is it? How many draft picks do we have for the next 3 years? Like in the first 3 rounds, like
I think
somewhere
we
in the
got 10. I
neighborhood.
think we
Like,
have 10 next year or something like that.
yeah, that's crazy, man. I mean, we got 2 first-round picks in 2023. You know, we got that first-round pick in 2022. We got 2 second-round picks next year. So, you know, that's what it is. I mean, the Dolphins have the most draft capital in the next 2 years, and any team with as much promise as Miami has, both on offense and defense, and with the amount of draft capital that we have currently, you know, of course, they always choose Miami as a prime destination. And, you know, as much as I love Aaron Rodgers, bro, Aaron Rodgers is one of the best pure passers that I've ever seen since Dan Marino. You know,
Yes.
I mean, everything. I mean, I mean, when it comes to his mechanics, when it comes to his arm talent, just everything. Everything that you want in a passer, that's Aaron Rodgers. You know,
and Aaron Rodgers is really disrespectful because we all see what type of talent he is, but he comes on the field with a paper chin strap, one wristband. You know, he barely, you know, hypes up anybody. He just comes on the field like, you know, all right, let me just go out here and, you know, throw the football around. And this dude is elite, man.
He's
like,
a more athletic version of Dan Marino.
Yes, the whole thing, you know, quick release, pinpoint accuracy. Like we love Aaron Rodgers. Let's not get it twisted. We love Deshaun Watson. Let's not get it twisted. But we are not trying to compromise, you know, this rebuild and building a legitimate team, because, you know, I'm more of the bloodline. I love doing things from the ground up, man. You got your quarterback in this draft, develop him. And when your team sees that he's developing, he is growing, he is progressing, he's about to reach a certain ceiling, that makes the team, you know, fight even harder for him when they actually see the growth, versus just bringing another guy in here and saying, okay, this is going to be your savior. It does. I don't know. I think there's a real reaction that's not going to be met if you bring in just a person off the street and just put him in here and say, okay, he's your new starting quarterback. I just believe in that process of building from the ground up.
And I agree, Martin. I mean, why would you entertain such an idea, especially when we spent our whole entire offseason and draft just catering towards Tua's development? I mean,
yes.
No, I think it's like the same thing with you know, Lamar Jackson. You see, with all the success this guy's had, the media still is trying to crap on this guy, man. Like, I even saw in one show while I was scrolling through YouTube, they were talking about, oh, they're gonna try and get rid of Lamar Jackson and pick up a quarterback in the draft. Like, it's just how much the media wants to do towards some of these young quarterbacks, or they just, you know, praying for their demise and their downfall. And you know, I mean, the only thing that we can do is just when we come out here this season, we do well, you know, we have our success, and then they're going to want to try and flip. But until then, they're just going to keep spinning this same narrative. I mean,
what's going on, Todd, RD, and Cap? What are you guys' thoughts on the whole A-Rod stuff?
Here's the thing: 37. If I agree with you, if he was like,
I mean, look at my thumbnail. I was able to find. There's so much steam. I was able to find a freaking jersey swap.
Hey, I agree.
That's crazy.
I agree with you though. If he was like 32, I would.
Oh yeah.
You know, I'm down. But here's the other thing: what about the cap hit?
Yeah, that's what no one's brought up.
What would we have to get rid of to bring him on?
Well, it's bye X on that one.
Oh, sorry guys, I was just I had somebody just came. I got disturbed. I didn't finish what I was saying. But anyways, like I was saying, you know, as great as Aaron Rodgers is, and he could definitely make this team a Super Bowl contender. You know, I mean, he's been to 4 NFC championships, and he's won a Super Bowl, has an MVP. I mean, with this defense that we have, as deep as the defensive line is, and as talented as our secondary, I mean, we got 2 shutdown corners in Xavier Howard and Byron Jones, and we got a talented safeties and stuff. And then on offense, We probably have a top 5 wide receiver unit in the league. You know, we have an up and coming offensive line. So, I mean, if you put an Aaron Rodgers here, definitely, you know, you got a legitimate Super Bowl contender. But he is 38 years old, and you know, how long are you willing to ride with that? I mean, you're gonna gut the team's youth and development for a guy that's really just a stopgap solution at that position, you know. So, you know, the question is, you know, how much would you of your future draft capital would you be willing to give up for this guy, you know, for Aaron Rodgers, versus continuing, you know, to his development, which is, if you're trying to build a dynasty, which is what our goal in the long term, you know, the right choice, the right solution would be to stick to Tua's development. And
Correct.
this team, if you wanted to continue, yeah, like if you want this team to win, if you want to win with this team as currently as constructed as it is right now, especially, you got to write it out. Meanwhile, Tua's under a rookie contract, and Reason has said this many times. We said this many times on Larry's show as well, that you want to take advantage of that situation, because we have a top 5 defense right now, and that top 5 defense, just like with Seattle, you know what happened with Seattle in 2013, is during Tua's rookie contract. So you have to take advantage of that situation, and this whole offseason has been dedicated toward Tua's development. And I think we should just continue that. And it's just nonsensical to just continue just putting Miami in the target, kind of like in the shooting range of potential landing spots for the top quarterbacks. I mean, Deshaun Watson made more sense. I mean, this guy's just entering his prime. This guy, I don't think you would have to give up so much compared to an Aaron Rodgers. You know what I'm saying? Maybe, but it would make more sense to trade for Deshaun Watson or something like that. But no, man, we should just continue, just ignore all that. It's just noise, and just continue with our development plan, man.
Todd,
I was about to say,
hold on a sec, because Todd got interrupted by that.
Sorry, Todd, go ahead.
It's all
Todd,
good.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Todd.
Like I said, 32, I'm fine, but I don't want a stopgap. I don't want to start over again. And you don't think Greer and Flores has an ego? They want to say they built this team. They don't want to say Aaron Rodgers came in and won it.
Yeah, that helps to hold the developmental little argument, right?
Yeah, you don't want to start over again in a couple years and then piss them off by drafting another quarterback to stay behind them and deal with all the stuff again. No, I like the way it's set up. And Dan Orlovsky today, he backtracked. He started skating again. He said the perfect destinations would be Denver and the Raiders today. And he said, Miami, you have to weigh it out if you want 4 years of Aaron Rodgers or 15 of Tua. And so he started backtracking a little bit today. But, you're looking at what you're going to have to get rid of. Like you said, X will be gone, so Noah better be ready.
Yeah.
You're going to have to gut some of the – no, I would rather stick with what we have built around Tua. And besides, I like this for Tua. It makes him hungrier, want to go out there and prove everybody, okay, now they're saying bring in Aaron Rodgers for me.
Right.
Okay.
They're kindling the fire, Todd. They're kindling the fire, man. I love it.
Right.
RD, Cap, one of you guys want to give your thoughts on it?
Hey, man, I'm just trying to recuperate from the draft, and these guys don't give you a half a day to get
you guys are trying to
I was
kill
worried
me,
about
man.
you for a little while, man.
God damn, I'm still trying
I was like,
to
wait, where's
understand the third round selection here, and Hunter Long, and I'm looking at all the tape from Boston College for the first time in my life. I'm like, God damn, now I got to deal with. Did we learn anything from the Deshaun Watson shit show? Like, we knew we were going to get burned if we ever did that trade, and now you're telling me I get instead of a 25-year-old quarterback that's sliding it up, I get a 38-year-old quarterback that loses to Brady after throwing 3 interceptions. He still loses to Brady, and then he goes on and does a Jeopardy show, and I got to deal with other teams' problems on my, like, what are we the Dolphins are not thinking about any of these scenarios. This is just media driven, man. They got nothing to do until the off season is very long in football, man. Like, it's
they don't want to talk about
long.
baseball, right?
I don't know what they want to talk about. All I know is that we're set. Let's think about our season that's coming up, the young boys, how they're all going to gel. I've been watching Jalen Waddle highlights, making myself feel good every hour within the hour, man. Just fucking love it. Like, that connection is going to be so sweet. Then you talk about that offensive line that's going to gel. People are finally playing the positions they're meant to play. That running back committee is going to be there. Maybe we get somebody else, but even if we don't, the tight ends look really smooth. And that defense with the slot corners now coming in, with the safeties, real safeties, edge rushers, Quinn Phillips, and everyone that we have, the coaching staff. Don't give us fool's gold and tell us that, here it is. Like, the Dolphins deserve to have a real solid, a foundation. And this is, again, man, that ego thing. If Rodgers comes in, like, it's already happening in Tampa. He's never going to get any credit, even though he created the whole team. I forgot the guy's, the coach, because, again,
Arians.
Sorry?
Bruce Arians.
Bruce Arians. Yeah, Bruce Arians has a pedigree, man. Like, the guy's an amazing coach, and he's not going to get any credit. History will never give him any credit because Brady came along and cherry picked the whole thing.
You're not lying.
It's insane, man. Like, I'm not like.
Yeah, this is a wing and prayer type of situation, man.
Let's hear your thoughts, Cap.
I feel like, it's hope everybody's doing all right, man. Just for me, this is like it's a wing and a prayer type of solution, man. This is not Watson. This is a scenario that's a patch job, which we've been doing for decades. I just feel, man, it's just like Josh was saying. This is just something to kill the noise that's the draft, and now they're starting a new narrative to fill out for the next 4 months. I just feel like the way Denver's being aggressive, jumping over Dallas, jumping over us, I just feel like that fit is more suitable for him going there than anything. I mean, it makes no sense to even entertain the thought of him coming here just for a 2-year solution.
Right.
Let's be real.
Mm-hmm. Welcome, El Polk. Let's get your thoughts on the whole Aaron Rodgers thing, buddy.
Okay. Can you hear me?
Yep.
Okay. First, I'd like to thank you, Reason, for allowing me to come on your show.
No worries,
This is my first time on your show. Actually, I was following the situation with Aaron Rodgers last night and this morning, and on some of the shows this morning, they kept talking about Denver being the landing spot. But the reason why they're bringing up the Dolphins is because the picks and the money that we have, the resources that we have to get him. But if I'm not mistaken, from what I've been hearing with Rodgers, they say that he prefers to go to Denver because he's closer to where he really wants to be at, and that's in California, because he's getting ready to settle down. And they were saying that's part of the reason why he wants to get out. That's part of the reason why he wants to get out.
I think his girl lives in Denver.
Oh, she does?
Isn't that the girl from the Hunger Games, right? That's his girlfriend. I'm sorry, not Hunger Games.
I don't know, man. Do you guys truly feel that this is a situation like Tom Brady? Do you feel like he's that level worthy of making a move like that? Brady's an exception to the rule, but do you feel he's close to that type of exception to the rule?
They didn't give shit for Brady, man. $25 million. We have to get first picks and a quarterback.
They got Super Bowl, RD.
No, they didn't give shit for. No one gave anything for Brady.
No, he's saying they got a Super Bowl.
Listen, they didn't give shit for Brady.
No, that's not
Brady
what he's
went
saying.
for free.
RD. He's saying they got a Super Bowl out of it.
No, I'm saying Brady.
Plain and simple. Don't overthink it.
New England didn't give anything out for Brady. He left them. Okay, it's a totally different story. We're giving up a young quarterback, and we're giving all this future. Like, we're giving up so much, and the cap space, it's ridiculous. Like we're giving up. This is not the same thing as Tampa getting Brady and us getting Rodgers.
No, but he's not asking that. He's saying
that?
if you're gonna win, would you do it? That's what he's saying.
Oh yeah, I'll do anything if I win, bro. I'll do anything. Everything is for sale if I win. Like, what are you talking? Like, if you guarantee me a win, I'll sell the franchise.
Man. He has the gun loaded already.
I'll go streaking in the all over Sun Life Stadium, whatever. If I win, but the thing is,
oh god,
lightning doesn't strike twice.
Everyone, pull out your magnifying glasses.
I do understand Artie's point though, because he said,
don't wear a song like the guy in Tampa.
Hold on, go ahead, Todd, and then Paul.
I just said don't wear a song like the guy in Tampa.
Oh yeah,
don't do it.
Yeah. What's that clapping on the field? That's Artie's cheeks hitting each other as he runs. Paul, you said you had something you wanted to say, bro. Go ahead.
No, I just want to ask you: did you receive some news that we're getting ready to do that? Because the news I was picking up this morning, the main thing they were saying is that he wants to go to Denver, and Denver may not have the resources. And also, like I said, his lady wants to be more on that end. And then what they were doing, they were looking at the whole NFL, and they were saying that the reason why they pulled Miami Dolphins is because we have all the resources to really get him more than Denver does.
Yeah. I just, the Ben Albright thing. Ben Albright's usually locked in, and he said that once they saw that Denver was kind of out on draft day, him and his camp started back channel communication with us in Las Vegas.
Okay. Okay,
we
just fall right into that.
You see the comment from Rome? Rome, Super Bowl feels so good, make you want to slap your mom.
We have the resources to get them.
The thing is, Todd's right, and this is what someone mentioned on Twitter as well. How are you absorbing that contract?
That's what I'm saying.
What's his contract?
Oh God,
it's like 37 or 38 million, I think.
Back-to-back years.
Yeah, let me look it up right now. Right now, we're like $1.5 million short of signing our draft class.
Hey, now read it. You know what?
Yeah, I'm looking it up right now.
If Denver wants some more resources to trade for him, I'm more than happy to give him a 3rd-round pick for a running back they stole from us. Of course, I'm taking Denver.
Yeah.
I'm only giving a 3rd-round pick for it because they screwed us in the second round anyway.
So his cap hit this year is $37.2 million.
Oh my God.
His cap hit next year is $39.5 million. No, 39.852, and then in 2023 it drops down to $28.35 million.
Man, to us, we don't have the resource. We don't have resources to get him.
And you know what's crazy? If they traded him like post June 1st, they're still eating a $21.152 million hit.
Jeez.
Jesus.
Hey man, the Green Bay Packers GM is an asshole, bro. If Aaron Rodgers is asking for one receiver, just give it to him. Why would you continue to play?
Didn't they draft Eric Stokes?
Man?
Didn't they draft
Eric
Stokes? They drafted Stokes with the first pick.
They didn't even draft like a high quality corner. Like they drafted Eric Stokes, bro.
To rub it in A-Rod's face, man. Like
a year after Love.
And they didn't get Rondale Moore. They didn't get Rondale Moore nor Terrace Marshall, nor
Elijah Moore.
Oh man. Elijah Moore.
Yeah,
oh man.
What if they got him Tutu Atwell?
Oh yeah, there you go.
That would have been
the ultimate troll. That would have been the ultimate troll. Here you go. We got you a weapon in the first. Tutu Atwell.
Jimmy Graham's still over there?
What?
Jimmy Graham's over there?
Oh no, he's not there anymore.
No, yeah. I think he's gone.
Mm-hmm.
Well, who's their tight end?
It's that man. He was.
I forget his name too, but he was really good last year. Double-digit touchdowns, bro.
What the hell is his name?
forget.
Probably why he went to leave.
Yeah, I know
Robert
who y'all talking about.
Robert
I know who you
Tonian.
talking about, but I can't think his name.
Something like that. Yeah.
Remember, didn't he make he made the Pro Bowl?
Yeah. Like he had a hell of a year last year.
Yeah, it's that Robert Tonian or Tony.
Togan, something like that.
I forget how you pronounce his name.
But they got a good tight end. Yeah, he's solid. He's solid.
Yeah.
Speaking
but
of
that's
tight
because
ends,
Aaron Rodgers is good.
Cap wants to offer them Gesicki.
Speaking of tight ends, if Denver traded for Aaron Rodgers, I bet Shannon Sharp would come out. I bet Shannon Sharp would come out and play for because
Play for Denver.
Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah, but they got a stud in Denver, bro. In Noah Fant.
Noah Fant, yeah.
Hey, here's a trade offer for Green Bay.
I like what Denver's doing, man.
I don't. They took away from us, man.
Yo, you got a lot of background noise, bro. You got a ton of background noise. I just had to mute you.
I like what Denver's doing. I like what they're doing, but they still don't have the secondary to even,
They don't have a quarterback. They have no quarterback. Denver's quarterbacks are mediocre at the very best. They're
Well,
mediocre.
you don't believe in Teddy Bridgewater, bro?
Honestly, do you know what happened to them, right? They lost. I feel so bad for Juwan James. He's gone again for the season.
Oh, yeah.
That was karma. That was
So
karma.
that guy might be a Dolphin next year, eh?
Hey,
Like they're gonna cut him.
That's what you get for leaving.
Hey, and did you see what the NFL did about that? What they sent out, that letter?
I saw the letter. I didn't read it.
Man, you are not required to pay him, basically, is what they said. Which
all his guarantees money's been paid. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, but you know the part that sucks about it though
He was training for the season.
Yeah, but on a normal year, you would wait till training camp and all that. But we're not sure if we're going to have everything normal because of COVID. So he's trying to stay in shape at home.
Yeah.
Yeah, it'll be different if he was like Terrell Suggs and tore his Achilles playing pickup basketball or something.
Exactly.
But if you're training for the season, you have a designated trainer, all that other stuff. Man, you're supposed to pay your player for trying to prepare himself for the season.
Bro, didn't he only have like 60? He only played like a couple games and like 60 snaps for that team too, didn't he?
Yeah.
He got hurt
he didn't
in
do
2019. Much. He got hurt 2019, opted out last year, and now didn't play this year because of the injury. Poor guy got all that money, but he never really gave them anything.
Yep.
That's what they get for taking Javonte.
I know, right? That's why I said karma.
That's why I said if they don't have enough trade capital, it's because they screwed us and gave up picks to get up ahead of them.
People forget, man. We got Zoes down here, bro. The voodoo lady. As soon as she seen Denver jump us, man.
Stop! I said my boule.
Right. Put the feathers and the bones on the ground. One lightning came.
And you know what? It'd be just desserts is if they got screwed so bad that the Raiders jumped in and took them.
Nah, man. We need to send Christian Wilkins down there, man. Let him jump us.
Did we get Did we get any compensatory pick for like when he left us?
Juwan James?
Yeah.
Yeah, did we got like a fifth or a fourth or something?
Yeah.
We got like a fifth because he didn't play enough.
Yeah, we got a fifth. Exactly. Todd nailed it.
We turned that into Van Ginkel, no?
I don't remember.
Beautiful.
Well, 19 we drafted Van Ginkel, so I think we turned him into Van Ginkel. I think that pick turned into Van Ginkel.
And we just got a fifth for Devon Godshaw.
Oh yeah, fifth? Nice.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. That's what it was.
So we have 2 fourths and 2 fifths next year?
Yeah. And we traded one of our thirds next year because we had 2 of those for Liam Eichenberg.
Yeah, we traded our own though. That sucks.
I think when we traded down from
we overpaid. We overpaid, man. I don't care what anyone tells me.
I don't know what happened with the tackles on
Liam Eichenberg.
Yeah, we did.
I don't know what happened
with
the tackles.
We gave a 50th and a 50th and a third to move up 8 spots. When Denver, to move up from 40 to 35, gave up the 40th and a 4th.
That's nothing. And that's really nothing. Let's be honest.
Teams are trying to squeeze us, though. They know we have the
Because
capital.
they know how much capital we have.
Yeah, I mean the same thing
Exactly.
with Najee. We tried to get Najee, and they're talking about the 36th to 50th and a third next year. Like teams are trying to squeeze us. They know the deal.
Hey, but Reason, remember what was always said: if you give up a pick the following year, it's almost like a pick later, a round later. That's also probably the reason we didn't give it up this year. We did it next year, so it's like giving up a third next year is like giving up a fourth.
Well, that just means that just means we're drafting one less tight end next year.
Yeah, right. Hey, that just means we don't have to get a long snapper. We just leave that off the one of these.
Buddy, if they took a long snapper on day 2, I would be calling for heads.
Hey, Reason, did you see who the first punter was taken?
It was the guy that Klump called, I think.
Yep, Klump called it. I started laughing when I saw that. I was like,
yeah.
Oh, there goes Klump.
Didn't a kicker go in the 4th round?
I think it was in the 5th or the 6th. It was the Florida kicker.
Yeah, they said he's pretty good too.
I meant to say this to you. I meant to say this to you yesterday, Reason, man. Thank you for the draft coverage. I was at work the entire draft, and you're what kept me up to date, and you put out a great show.
I second that.
People are getting pissed that we had the picks like 3 picks before, bro.
Oh, no, man. I was sitting here hoping somebody was going to do it because I was going crazy waiting to see who we were getting.
People were going after Klump, like, Klump, no.
Oh, bro.
Don't give
People
up
are
the
getting
pick.
it's like the one time having connections like hurts you.
Yeah.
Reasons
but I
draft
enjoyed it, bro. It was awesome, though.
Reasons
it was excellent.
Reasons draft board blew up as soon as Javon Holland got called. He's like, what? And then Eichenberg, he's like, what? That's my 9th tackle. I don't know what happened to the tackle class, man. The way they all fell down like that, and the way Cincinnati is a joke, man. Like they dropped down to reach for the tackle that deserved to be in the 3rd to 4th round.
Yeah, but I told you he's going to be a guard. Jackson Carman's going to be a guard.
I could have sworn we were going to get Cosby.
I told you they'd go interior. I fucking told each and every one of you.
Yeah, but they could have waited even longer.
No, you called that Reason.
They could have got the corner. They could have got the corner that the Chargers got, Asante Samuel. Right? They need corner help. And
Bro,
then they
the fact
it's going to be such a nice pickup,
Green
man.
Bay took Eric Stokes before Asante Samuel is absolutely.
But did you see what Green Bay do in the 2nd round? Instead of taking Creed Humphreys, they took. It's crazy.
Kansas City knocked it out of the park, bro.
Yeah,
they did. Then they got Orlando for that 31st pick, man, and something else, and they got
their first 3 picks. Their first 3 picks were, if you count Orlando Pace. Orlando Brown. Pace. What am I on right now? Orlando Brown, Nick Bolton, my boy, and Creed Humphrey. That's ridiculous.
That's an A+ draft. That's an A+ draft.
With Creed Humphrey,
did amazing, bro.
The center that they have right now, Bailey, is he on a multi-year contract or is it a 1-year contract? Bailey, because Creed Humphreys is a pure center. He's not a guard, and they already have the guard. So is Creed Humphreys going to be on the bench? That's the saddest thing ever.
The only thing that bugs me is you could have taken Tevin Jenkins at 36, Creed Humphrey at 50, and then oh my God. And then at 81, you could have basically had your pick of the litter.
Hey, Reason,
you would have fixed that low line like that.
The safeties would have gone, though. The safeties would have gone by. The safeties ended up going in the 20s.
But my whole thing is you could have got through this year with the safeties we currently have.
Especially if you sign Malik Hooker. Especially if you sign Hooker.
That's the other thing. Now they're bringing in freaking Malik Hooker for a visit, and I'm like, what are you guys doing, bro? We got other needs here, dude. What? Now it's just last year we went corner galore. Now we're gonna go safety galore.
Well, no, hey, Reason. The only way I see that is if he goes real cheap, and then you can go ahead. They might get rid of Bobby McCain for $6 million in safety.
But here's my thing: at the beginning of last year, I was not on the Bobby McCain train at all. But he had a really solid year, bro.
I agree. I agree.
Average-wise, yes.
like when he Shang Tsung'd
Yeah.
Kalen Balaj, took his soul, and all of a sudden he his trajectory last year shot through the roof. And in all fairness to the guy, if you're converting from slot to a single high safety, it's gonna take about 2 years.
Well, reason do you think Holland is gonna be McCain's replacement or Rowe's replacement more? Because I was thinking he's more of
not
a free
box
safety,
guy.
but
Yeah,
that's what I thought. Okay, so he's more
but he could play Bobby's role in the sub packages as a rover.
Okay.
Because now you're covering tight ends, right? He'll be better at covering tight ends than Eric Rowe was.
And Rowe is pretty damn good. So that'd be a nice
but
upgrade.
The thing is, the difference is Holland will create turnovers against those tight ends.
Yeah.
Right. That's what we needed. Holland is the type of guy we needed at safety. We needed a friggin' ball hawk back there. We needed a guy to create turnovers.
Put it like this. If Holland was to line up head to head against Darren Waller, you see how Darren Waller pretty much raped Eric Rowe during that game, right? He could not guard him.
Right.
I believe Javon Holland would at least create enough batted passes and maybe get one of those lucky, not necessarily lucky, but just in the right place at the right time interceptions. Against a Darren Waller, he's that type of safety and coverage defensive back versus Eric Rowe, who if he goes up against one of those type of targets like a Darren Waller, I mean it's just game over. So it's a clear upgrade with Javon Holland, in my opinion. But like Reason's saying, he's not so much a box safety. He's more of a free spirit safety, meaning almost like a Troy Polamalu type.
Yeah, he's like a middle of the field guy, right?
Yeah, like a rover. He's a rover.
Yeah.
Reason, you know who he is?
Flores hates that word too. I don't
know who he is. Reason, you know who he is? He's Mika Fitzpatrick. He's a Swiss Army knife. You can play him all over.
Yeah,
I think he's more versatile than Minka, though.
No, I know. I'm saying he hated the idea that he had to trade Mika Fitzpatrick. It's just he wanted out. That's his. Did you see how quickly they put that pick in? They never wanted to get a running back, man. This was just an excuse for them.
We covered it yesterday. Yeah, they did, bro.
Yeah, but not Javon.
Yeah, they did.
Is it true reason that they had interest in Najee in the first round?
Yeah, I was told privately that we tried to trade up. That's what Josh was telling you guys, what I was telling everyone. I was told privately that we tried to move up to 23 with the Vikings, but the Vikings, they wanted the 36th, the 50th, and they wanted a day 2 pick.
Yeah, fuck that.
That's crazy.
Next year.
But this is
but see, this is why I keep telling y'all people. Everyone gets it because they look at little mock simulators. Yo, in war rooms, your draft board is horizontal. It's not vertical. So when you're sitting at 36, you got multiple guys you want. Like I've already said, it was brought out by Mike Silver. It was verified by Ben Albright, who was in the Denver Broncos war room and in their headquarters, basically, all draft weekend, that the Broncos got intel that we were taking Javonte at 36. That's why they traded in front of us. And to the point where an AFC East rival texted George Patton, the GM of the Broncos, and congratulated them for thwarting our plans.
Hey, but Reason, you know what? The one thing that gets me about Greer is he can't complete a project. All right, last year he had everything complete on the defense, but we wanted that safety, and he picked Noah. This year, we had everything completed on the offensive line. He went tight end when we could have gotten a center. It's like complete one project. Maybe they believe in Dieter.
Yeah, I think so. But, when the thing about the draft, I'm not gonna complain since we got Liam, but when you look at what these teams have done around the league to help their young quarterbacks, look like Justin Herbert, they got him. Corey Linsley. Then they picked up Rashawn Slater. Then you look at the Cardinals. They got him Rodney Hudson. All these teams are getting their young quarterbacks. Elite. Yeah, at least one elite talent. Then Patrick Mahomes, who's one of the best quarterbacks in the league, got Joe Tooney. Then they get Orlando Brown. So
look at
we have a chance of getting Tevin Jenkins.
Quickly they turned around. that offensive line in Kansas City.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
And we're still sitting here year 2 trying to piece it together. I'm like,
right.
Exactly.
I'm trying to tell you, man.
And
That's
the,
the way it's done.
the Chiefs got Creed Humphrey, right?
Yeah, on top of that. So, I mean,
Jesus,
he's one of the
man.
best quarterbacks in the league. And people are saying, oh, Tua doesn't need a good O-line. I mean, good quarterbacks don't need that. Look at the best quarterbacks in the league, and especially some of the younger ones in the top tier.
Yeah, but
you know,
you know
they
what
have,
happened,
elite
Bob?
talent.
That Super Bowl struck the fear of God in their hearts.
Exactly.
Yeah, man.
They did the right thing because I think they're going to go back to prominence. I think they're going to be right back up there next year.
Oh, yeah.
Exactly.
They're at least going to the AFC Championship.
Mm-hmm. So, I mean,
you know
we
what's
had the
crazy?
chance.
They might even they have a better offensive line than they had last year, bro.
Exactly. For sure. For sure.
And
man.
no one keeps talking about my boy. If you followed me last year, draft time when I did my Taka Big Board, I was super high on Lucas Niang. What did they do? If you go back to when I praised them after day 2 of the draft, I think last year when me and EM did the recap, I praised them for the fact that they went out and drafted Lucas Niang a year before Mitchell Schwartz's deal was up.
Yeah.
You went and got, dude, the only reason Lucas Niang didn't go in the first round is because of an injury. If he didn't get injured, and I said, if Lucas Niang sits and heals up, he might be the best tackle of that draft. And that was the same draft with Wirfs in it. That's how high I was on Lucas Niang.
Wasn't it a shoulder injury or something?
Knee.
A knee?
Yeah.
No, he was a steal for them.
And what can they do? They can kick him to his natural right tackle position.
Yeah.
Like, that team is set, bro.
They are.
And Joe Thuney.
Like,
Joe
pretty loaded.
Joe Thuney's going to be on the left side or on the
he's a left guard.
Left guard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
God, him and Orlando Brown next to each other.
Yeah, it's gonna be crazy.
Man, that's gonna be deadly, bro.
I mean, from left to right, the Kansas City Chiefs. You think about Orlando Brown, Joe Thuney. Obviously, if Creed Humphrey, gets up to speed, Creed Humphrey, Kyle Long came out of retirement, so I mean, they.
Kyle
Oh my
Long,
goodness.
oh my God.
Yeah, man. They got a squad, bro. They got a
I'm
squad.
not going to complain though, because I think we can
Mahomes
hold over this year. If we get improvement out of Robert Hunt, which we definitely will since he's going into guard now, Austin Jackson is a lot better after, the surgery he went through with the bone marrow treatment. And, Dieter provides us at least a serviceable amount of job. I think we can, make it through this year. I mean, it would have been better if we had Tevin Jenkins, but I'm just gonna wait and see how the offense performs before I make any.
See, here's my thing though. This is why I wasn't over the moon with the Eichenberg pick. You pass up on Penei Sewell, you pass up on Tevin Jenkins, and then you overpay for a tackle.
Right.
We could have gotten the guy from Texas.
Hey, but Reason, didn't you warn us before that this front office is very reactionary?
Yeah, they're knee jerk.
Well, they said they don't care about they said they don't care about overdrafting or reach. They don't care about the opinions of anybody else that thinks it's a reach if they like their guy. So the reason did you like Cosme better than Eichenberg coming into the draft?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Eichenberg was my OT9, bro.
Okay. But at the end of the day, I'm still excited about this. Is what you guys talking about the Chiefs. This is why I'm excited about the improvements on the O-line and the additions of Phillips and Holland on defense because, we held them under 30 last year with just 30 offensive points anyway. And if we have the ability to run the ball a little bit better and not turn the ball over and play defense like we did last year against them or a little bit better, stand toe-to-toe with them, got a much better chance of winning that game. I think we got a real shot to win like 12 or 13. I don't want to get ahead of myself. You know what I mean? I don't want to get overexcited because this team has just burned me so many times. But we're as talented as we've been in a long time, man.
Nick nailed it too. Look at the Bears. The Bears are putting Tevin Jenkins at left tackle.
Man,
so
what could have been?
I'm just saying, bro. Yeah, him and Robert Hunt on that right side is mean, bro.
I know.
Yeah, it was Jenkins was the pick at 36, and then we could have taken Holland probably at 50. That was probably the way to go.
I think right. I think that whole scenario of how we traded up for Liam Eichenberg would have been perfect for a guy like Javon Holland because I think Holland would have fell to 42. But You know, I mean, Miami took who they felt like they should have taken at 36. Obviously, the saying for Miami, they, you know, if they feel like they like a guy, then it's not overdrafting for them. But I mean, we missed out on Tevin, and to be honest, Tevin was my favorite tackle, even over Panay Sewell, just because how nasty he was, man. He was a way nastier blocker, and I thought we needed that on this offensive line.
You know what the problem you're going to have now is? Waddle's always going to be compared to Panay, and Panay and Tevin are always going to be compared to Liam Eichenberg.
You know what it is? Does Tevin get a fifth-year option now that he's left tackle?
No. Because they took him on day 2. You got to go on the first to get the 5th.
You know what it is, Reason?
What?
You know what it is, Reason? Eichenberg, he's still better than any O-lineman we have now. So what's the
Agreed.
Absolutely.
You're gonna be compared with your teammates, right? But I'm telling you what, like
his arms worry me.
His arms? Yeah, but once he locks you up, like his measurables are like off the charts, man. Once he locks you up, remember, 2 years he didn't allow a sack. Now he had a mobile quarterback, no doubt about it, and the rest of the tackles were like he got good help from his guard as well, right? And that's one of the things that Austin Jackson benefited, but no one ever talked about it. Vera Tucker was his teammate in USC. And Austin Jackson was getting so much help. I mean, you look at that tape from 2019. I'm worried about Austin Jackson, man. Like, I don't know if this guy's ever going to improve greatly. Like, if he can ever be average, that's his ceiling. Like, if he can ever be an average left tackle, that's pretty much his ceiling, right?
Hey, but Kinley can be as Vera Tucker. Kinley is good.
Yeah, look at how I was going to say. Look at how good Jackson looked with Kinley, especially in the running game.
That's why I'm not.
Yeah, especially when Kinley was healthy.
It's not the blind side either. So,
and you know what's funny that you say that, RD? I was reading a couple 2022 mock drafts because Lord knows we need those out there now. and they all had us taking a tackle.
Not true. I saw one having us taking the tight end from Ohio State.
Well, that's what I don't understand with stupid Jacksonville. They're the only ones who go against the grain. Like, you get your quarterback, which is one of the greatest quarterbacks to ever come out of college, and you get him a running back? Like, I understand that's his teammate, but you got to go and get the top tackle, man. Like, they missed out, and they're relying on a guy that hasn't played in 2 years now.
I mean, the Jacksonville Jaguars still have relatively young offensive tackles in Cam Robinson and Jawan Taylor.
But they are garbage. They are garbage.
I don't think Cam Robinson's
that bad. Man.
I don't think Cam Robinson's that bad.
Yeah, they're pretty serviceable. The only thing is the reason why certain players look a certain way in certain situations is because there's certain players that aren't playing up to par. When you put a Trevor Lawrence in that particular situation, that's a clear upgrade at quarterback, meaning the operations of your offense is going to be way more crisp, way more concise. You know, trust me, Trevor Lawrence in that situation is going to make those two tackles play a little bit better than what we've seen these last couple of years. But go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I'm saying they still drafted a tackle though. You know, just for insurance with Walker Little. They still went after a tackle, but regardless. Yeah,
and you're right, Martin, because Lawrence's athleticism alone is something they've never had back there.
True.
Yeah. Gardner Minshew was not that. I mean, look at how many sacks to avoid last year.
True. The closest athlete they had back there was like Blake Bortles, but he is nowhere near the passer that Trevor Lawrence is. So,
hey, did you see Jacksonville sign that wide receiver free agent, undrafted?
Josh.
Yeah. Out of Baby.
I'm not even trying to say the last name.
A matter baby.
Yeah.
They have a pretty decent receiving core.
Just think of Adam Cole Bebe, and then instead of Adam Cole, say a matter. So a matter Bebe.
A matter Bebe. Mm-hmm.
It's easy. Oh, bro. If they develop his route tree,
he'll be something to contend with, man.
Fuck me.
Hey, Reason,
we don't need him.
You were talking about
Waddle being compared to Panay. I guess we're going to have to hope Panay give up at least 10 sacks and Waddle score at least 15 touchdowns, and that'll pan out.
You know what pisses me off even more? That they announced that they're moving Panay to right tackle.
Yeah, exactly.
But Panay is going to allow sacks.
Having a big time field day now.
Panay is going to allow sacks, bro. He's got a terrible quarterback behind him. Like he will allow sacks, and it's not going to be his fault. It's just his quarterback.
You think Jared Goff is not good?
I don't think Goff is good at all, man. I think him and Carson Wentz.
I'm not a huge Goff guy.
Like I think Carson Wentz, now that they don't get him the tackle, they didn't even give him the tackle though. They didn't even give him the tackle.
Wentz is going to be real good.
I think they made a massive mistake.
Yeah, Wentz is going to be good.
Wentz is going to light it up this year, bro.
Yeah,
he might want to come back third year.
Yeah,
he's got Houston twice, so that's going to help. But the fact that in that division he didn't really light it up last year, like he struggled. You better have been the.
Yo, you got to remember. You got to remember. Hold on a sec. Like I've have extensive conversations about Wentz with Klump, right?
Yeah.
Klump knows someone very high up in the Philadelphia Eagles organization. Okay, like very high up. All right. And like I know who the person is. He's told me flat out. All right, the guy's high up. And you got to know Wentz had 1 foot out the door when Frank Reich left. And his best years came under Frank Reich.
Right.
And there's even a belief in the Eagles organization that he forced his way to Indy so he could get back with Frank Reich. You got to remember, when he had that MVP year before he got hurt, who was the guy running the offense?
Frank Reich, OC.
Frank Reich, man. Frank Reich. And from what I understand, bro, he didn't even respect Doug Peterson. Like he would be in film sessions, and Doug would go, "Yo, Carson, you got to work on this." Da da da. You know what Carson would say to him in front of everyone? Yeah, don't worry, I got it next time. And that's why who's the safety that hated him and then came out and defended him? There's a Malcolm Jenkins. Malcolm Jenkins hated Carson Wentz. Like they literally had phone conversations, the coaching staff in Philadelphia, of all of our players hate Carson. How can we make them like it? And you know what? That all started after Frank Reich left, because from what I understand, Carson thought that whole coaching staff were a bunch of fucking idiots except for Frank Reich. That's the only one he respected. Now, I'm not saying that's right, because hey, dude, you gotta deal with the hands you're dealt, bro.
Right.
But he was out. He's one of those guys where he just thought he was surrounded by a bunch of fucking idiots. The one genius that he listened to helped him elevate his play. Then he dipped off, and Carson just didn't want to be there after that.
Hey, Reason, he's smart enough to know that everybody else was puppets to the owner.
Oh yeah, dude.
And then that never works.
Listen, they had Josh McDaniels, again, more inside info. Josh McDaniels was ready to become the head coach of that team, and then he found out how hands-on the owner and the high-ups wanted to be, and he basically said goodbye. Same with Bieniemy. That's why Bieniemy interviewed and said, I don't want anything to do with this job, was because they flat out told him how hands-on they're going to be, and Bieniemy said goodbye.
Damn. So you guys saw it on draft night, right? You saw that scout so disappointed. Like they have issues over there, man. Like it's ownership galore over there, making picks and making everything.
I'll be honest. The only fan base that's more nuts than
Did you hear what that was over? That was because you know how they took Milton Williams and no one dapped or whatever.
Right.
Like, yo, you know why? Because that scout at the end who was talking to him, he wanted to take my boy Alim McNeil.
That would have been way better.
Way better of a choice.
Way better. Yeah.
And that was because ownership got too involved. And it was basically like, why are you even asking our opinion from the scouting department?
That's true.
Is he related to Freeman McNeil?
I don't know.
Not sure.
Sorry, what's good,
it sounds familiar.
It's good.
Sorry, what's that, man?
Did you record your new latest episode or what?
No, I think I'm gonna record tomorrow.
Nice. You ready for Aaron Rodgers to come to Miami, bro?
No, I'm not. I've been thinking about it a while, dude. It's obviously like just all bullshit rumors. It's not even rumors. It's just pure speculation. I don't think he gets moved, but if he were to, I don't think I'm down. I don't think I'm in on him.
Ditto.
Listen, Aaron Rodgers is one of my favorite NFL players of all time. Like, I'm a Dolphins fan first and foremost, obviously, but Rodgers, I think, is all in all, like, game to game, he's the best quarterback I've ever seen play game in and game out. I think even still at age 37, with the kind of capital we got going forward, I have so much faith in Tua. I think it makes more sense for us to roll with Tua. Like, as much as I love Rodgers, at his age, I think it makes a lot more sense to go forward with Tua.
What if you don't have to trade Tua?
That's what I was thinking. Like, you know what? If we could just give Rodgers like let's go all in on 1 year. Maybe trade for Rodgers and, like, you know, get another veteran running back in here, and then maybe find a way to get Justin Houston in here too. Like, really go for it for 1 year, and then, like, make it clear that Tua is the guy in 2 years. Then that would make me happy. But, like,
Reason, I think after watching the first year of Tua play with the Dolphins and watching him in Alabama and everything that happened in 2020 with everything that happened, I think he's better after his first year than Drew Brees ever was. I think he's better than Drew Brees, Tua. I think he's better than Drew Brees projecting wise, just based on what he has shown so far.
I agree.
Forget about the stats. Forget about the stats. Just watch the tape. Just watch Austin Jackson and Eric Flowers and Ted Karras be a clown show for him in front. Watch everybody can run routes. Watch the play calling be horrific. Just he still figured out a way to get out of jail pretty much every other drawback. I mean, this man never, and his attitude in all of it, right? And then when the season was over, his attitude still to this day. That's a leader. That's a guy who's like, I'm all for the team. Don't worry about my feelings. I can handle it. I'm a big boy. Okay. I'll have success when the team is having success, and I'll ride with the team. He's not going to have another career on the side, or he's not going to be doing extracurricular activities on the side. You know where this man is going to be dedicated to, and that's the Dolphins. You're sending a horrific message to any. We already kind of are borderline sending a mixed message to anyone who wants to sign with us or be drafted here, because we're going to let him go. Mika Fitzpatrick, Van Noy comes in, he's gone after a year. You got to have a foundation, man. Like, it just doesn't work. Tom Brady is the luckiest son of a bitch that ever roamed the fucking solar system in the history of the solar system. Like, don't go with Tom Brady.
Absolutely.
Go with everyone else outside of Tom Brady.
Even back when he was on the Patriots, Brady had to. I'm sorry, go ahead.
But in all fairness, Drew Brees wasn't Drew Brees until what Reason told us before. He went with a coach to help him after his shoulder surgery.
Tom House.
Yep.
And Tom House works with Tom Brady.
Tom House works with everybody, man. He gets everybody's mechanics right, including Aaron Rodgers.
Was he the guy that was deflating balls for Brady? Who was the guy that was deflating his balls that got in trouble too?
Tom House is
Giselle Bunchkin.
Tom House is a mechanics
right.
coach, bro.
Yeah, I was gonna say, don't talk about his wife like that on here.
I'm playing, man.
That's a good one.
Well,
I mean, a deflator.
Yeah, like one thing I saw this year though is, like, if anybody watched Tua at Alabama, the type of play style he had, it was obvious, and we've said this a billion times. It was obvious the coaching staff coached him into that more conservative type play style. It was obvious.
Right.
That's true.
You know, the coaching staff, this is their thinking. We took you the 5th pick overall. Everyone was saying he was supposed to sit the whole year, but he didn't. He had to come in earlier. So you know what type of backlash they would have got if he was out there making the same mistakes he made at Bama, where he was ultra conservative and holding on the ball too long, waiting for the big play, and he would have ended up getting hurt when he should have sat the whole year. Like, that's the thing a lot of people are discounting. I mean, Tua this year, what they did with Jalen Waddle, you have Panay right there, and you take Jalen Waddle, that is telling you, and with the Will Fuller, that is telling you they're going to let this man go this year. They're letting him swing the rock. You're not going to see we're taking him out after in the 4th quarter. You're not going to see that. They're giving this man full reign to do what he does best, and people don't see that. They think there's just going to be this incremental gradual improvement. But no, you're going to see a whole different guy this year because they're giving him full reign. You're not going to hold him back, and people don't understand that. This guy's going to display all the talent that he had at Alabama this year.
I got to do a little bit of a plug. I got to do a little bit of a plug, guys. They're doing the Fan of the Year voting right now, and I need everyone to go vote for Sorty.
I don't want it.
Everyone to go vote for Sorty, okay? All right. We're gonna get his face plastered all over the NFL Network.
Oh God, it's gonna be on the Vegas Strip.
Yeah, bro, you're gonna get a nice little Dolphins jersey with a 21 on it and a Fan of the Year patch, bro.
That's cute. I'll get thrown out before they even let me announce a pick, man. It's not gonna go well for rated R content.
Can you imagine? Can you imagine Sorty goes there? I don't agree with the pick. Can we change it? I'm not announcing this. We need a running back, goddamn.
Yo, I wonder if you went rogue. If you announced the pick, is that the pick?
No, it's the pick that they've announced on the whatever you say.
Card.
They'll just go to a green screen live.
You're going to see Tua this coming year like the Arizona game because that's who was coaching him during the Arizona game is one of our two offensive coordinators.
Yeah.
Did not hold him back one. Did not hold him back one bit. Said let it go.
Most of our weapons were healthy that game too.
Yep.
Preston Williams.
And now he's gonna have more weapons than he had that game.
True.
Right.
Jalen Waddle is gonna be his primary target. I don't care what anybody say. People saying, "Oh, Jalen Waddle is
gonna be him and Fuller."
It's
gonna be him and Fuller.
Yeah,
how good Jalen Waddle is. Jalen Waddle is really fucking good, man. He's really good. He's really good.
He's a game breaker.
We see all the smaller receivers in the league, like a Stephon Diggs and T.Y. Hilton, Tyler Lockett, and all those guys. I think Jalen Waddle might take that to another level, man. If he can reach that ceiling, because that's how explosive he is, man. With and without the football in his hand.
He's taller than Chase. I think he's taller than Chase.
I think his ceiling is higher than Tyreek Hill.
Yeah, agreed. Yeah, man. He can become something special, man, if he's used right.
Because Tyreek Hill wasn't as advanced as a route runner as he was coming out.
Say that again.
What makes Tyreek Hill? Mahomes buying 7 seconds in the pocket for him to get opened.
Yeah.
This man gets his get-off speed and his run ability is out of this world, man. He doesn't have any individual that comes even close to what he can do. We haven't seen anyone come out of college like this with the highlights that he has, right? We just haven't. He's pristine. He's the only wide receiver that you can say pristine. As long as he's not running in snow and the elements are not affecting the field, this guy is meant to be super special, and teams have to plan for him. Like they have to have a game plan for him. And when you have to have a game plan for the wide receivers, guess what? And Flo has talked about this with Fuller, right? With Fuller and Waddle now, our running backs, our pressure on the quarterbacks, everything. It's a domino effect. Everything falls into place. And I think the Dolphins hit it out of the ballpark. Even if they had gotten Penny, looking back into it now, the value of a Waddle and combination of an Eichenberg is way better than if you were to get Penny and Elijah Moore, just because Waddle is that elite.
Logan asked if I'm going to get any rookie jerseys. I'm going to get a Sorty Fan of the Year jersey.
21 Sorty. Yeah.
If Javon Holland, I got a Waddle upstairs. I just got to take Tannehill off it.
Damn.
I have it too.
Yeah, I got two of them, bro.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
And honestly, scratch the name, eh? Scratch the name and write Waddle so people know.
I will actually, honestly, if he goes to number 8, I will get a Javon Holland jersey.
That's
8 is still. That's Kobe, right?
But if he goes for 22, like what the rumor is, then I'll probably just get a Waddle.
What are the rumors for the new jerseys and jersey numbers?
Well, they're saying Waddle is rumored to be 17, but I'm pretty sure Reed Sinet currently has that. And then Jalen Phillips is rumored 15. I think they're all. I'm going to be honest. I think all the rumors are bullshit though. Like the FinZone Twitter account just like posted random numbers. I don't know if they're legit. I haven't seen one verified person like.
Yo, that's
verify
like
that.
they're actually FinZone has a decent following on Instagram. So
I've
I don't
seen-
know. So like here you can see here's all the jersey numbers right here. So Jalen was 17, Phillips 15, Javon Holland 22, Albert Wilson switching to 2, and Will Fuller is switching to 13. But didn't Will Fuller drop the 14 jersey?
I don't
know. Remember after he was signed, didn't someone get a snapshot of his locker and it said number 14? So I don't know. Yeah, I don't know.
I like that close.
If Holland goes with 22, that's supposed to be Najee. So I guess he's representing Najee in one way, right?
Bro, my issue is, how long my Tua jersey came to get here last year. Like, it was ridiculous to get that. I waited for the throwback, right? And it came. I ordered it 20 minutes after they first went live because Houts did his little post that they're live. I literally ordered it 20 minutes after they went live, and I think I got it in end of November, middle of November.
Damn.
That means it was in high
6
demand.
Takes a while, man. Takes a while.
High demand.
Bro, I don't want to hear no excuses, bro. I need
Yeah.
my. I'm trying to
Give me
fly
my
on opening
shit.
day. You know what I mean?
I got my passport last year quicker than that, man.
But yo, I gotta ask you, Sorty, what was your whole gauge of that whole Javon thing?
What was that? Javonte and what?
And Javonte and Javon about how we really wanted Javonte Williams.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah. I'm gonna be honest. I do really trust Ben Albright's reporting. If he says that the Broncos traded up above us because we were eyeing Javonte, I believe it. It makes a ton of sense. There were rumors that we were in on one of the top 3 running backs. There were rumors leaking that we were surprised that Najee and Etienne went that high. I mean, especially Etienne, man. I know reason you had him in the mock going to the Jags, but I think the larger NFL community didn't really see him at that spot or even that high, maybe in the later 20s. So obviously good call by you, but it makes a ton of sense. And the thing is, a lot of people's rebuttal to that report is, oh, well, look how excited Flores was handing in the card. We handed it right away. And you mention this all the time, and I think everyone here probably knows this by now. The big boards are both vertical and horizontal. So they probably just had Javonte and Javon Holland on the same tier. And once they see Javonte go, they were probably a little pissed about it, but they see a chess piece. They see exactly. They moved on. They see a chess piece in the defense that Flores could use. Flores is fucking hyped up because he has his guy. He kind of won. He gets his dude instead of the offense getting theirs. So of course he's hyped up putting in the card, man. That makes sense. At the end of the day, if that's true, it goes to show that we might value the running back position a little more than we think we do. But with that being said, man, even you're seeing it on Twitter tonight. Kerryon Johnson is getting released or just got released. Mm-hmm. I think I don't know about you guys. I joined this a little bit late. I'm not sure if you chatted about him. I'm willing to bring him in, man. He's young. He doesn't have a lot of wear and tear. I think he's talented enough. See what he could do in our backfield. And that's the thing, man. You don't draft high and you don't pay these dudes high because there's always going to be a guy available. So that's kind of my take on it.
Why is he being released,
big
though?
back, ain't he?
Yeah.
Because they brought in Jamal Williams.
Yeah, they got Swift. They got Jamal Williams. That's a pretty loaded backfield already. Those dudes both deserve a good amount of touches. So
you're right.
It's kind of odd man out. And dude, I think he's only. I think he only gets paid $1 million, right? Around there, I think.
And he's 23 too, bro.
Yeah, he's young, man.
He got drafted in 2018 or something like that. He's young as hell.
I think they're running it in Detroit pretty much 90% of the time. They have no wide receivers at all. Even though they drafted somebody in the 3rd round, I think.
Amon-Ra, St. Brown.
Which one?
Amon-Ra, St. Brown, USC.
It's good value where he was.
I'd absolutely bring in Kerryon, and I don't know if you guys talked about this earlier in the show. I just hopped on at about 9:00, 9:10, but I think we should be looking at trade for a veteran. Like, I don't know if you guys all saw, but Green Bay drafted Kylan Hill in the 7th round, and I don't know how much they love AJ Dillon, man. I'd be looking to trade something for AJ Dillon. I know he's a little bit older, but I'd be talking to the Broncos about Melvin Gordon. That shouldn't take much to get him, and he would kind of fit what we're doing here. He's a more powerful guy. He would really complement Gaskin really well. He's still a good back, put behind a good offensive line. There's like cheaper options out there, that wouldn't cost much as far as the trade is concerned. Like I said, like a Gordon or a Dillon that would really complete the offense. Look, like we were talking about earlier, yeah, Kareem Hunt, absolutely. I'd be super pumped about him. But like we were talking about earlier, man, like how much cushion the defense are going to have to give our offense with how much speed Fuller and Waddle provide. Dude, like we're going to be able to run the ball. You get a decent back there with the offensive. We're going to be able to shred defenses.
Yeah. Reason, what do you think about Todd Gurley?
Who has worse knees, Todd Gurley or J.J.?
Maybe Gurley. Maybe Gurley.
Well, the thing about Todd Gurley, halfway through the season last year, he had like 8 touchdowns, right? And then he had issues, but as long as you don't overuse him, he's still decent. I don't know.
We wanted Todd Gurley.
Might end up in
last
Kansas
year.
City though.
He told us no, thank you.
Yeah, he
I
got
wanted him last
bring
year.
in
He told us no, thank you.
I would actually see what I can get out of Levy and Bell before I get to
If you're gonna go to the Todd Gurley route, I'd rather bring in Adrian Peterson, unless did he sign somewhere else.
Right.
Yeah, because Adrian, like me and Martin talked about yesterday, Adrian Peterson has something to go for. He's only like 400 or 600 yards behind Barry Sanders right now.
Right, and you're gonna tell me, listen, you're at the 2-yard line. Who would you rather give the ball to, Adrian Peterson or the guy we just drafted, whose name escaped, Jared? Dokes. I'd rather give the ball to AP. It's only a couple of yards.
Dokes actually isn't that. I've been watching some of his Cincinnati stuff, and like the all-22, he's actually not that bad.
He's a good catcher, though. He's a good runner, too.
Guys,
go to YouTube and look at it.
What?
Look at him on YouTube.
Say
man.
it,
You'd be
Sorty.
surprised at him.
I mean, Barry Sanders is only 52 years old. We might be able to pull him out of retirement real quick.
Zonka, baby, Zonka.
Hey, haven't they legalized? They're not marijuana testing anymore, right?
Ricky, absolutely.
What do you got left in the tank, Ricky?
Huh. Hey, Ricky looks good too, man. That guy still looks like he can play.
But I'm high on Gaskin though. Like Gaskin's gonna really be our number 1 back, and he's like he's yeah. But then you got Hawknet who can replace like a guy like again. It's gonna be running back by committee, man. We just need somebody for short yardage that's effective, and that might be the guy that we got in the free agency, right? Or Dokes. Like I think they're settled in running backs.
We got Malcolm Brown.
Yeah, Malcolm Brown.
No, that's the reason why we got Malcolm Brown.
Look,
4-yard carry guy.
Jared Dokes' film from Cincinnati and his highlights, he looks good to me, man. I mean, we don't know, what guys transition into the NFL, but he runs hard. He picks his holes well. He has deceptive speed for his size, really good hands. Like I want to see what he does when he gets into camp, man, because I think he's going to be motivated to come in and try to do something, man. For real. 7th round pick.
He is. He is. No, but he is, because you got to realize too, when he was at Cincinnati, there was another running back ahead of him that was getting most of the run. And then that plus they were saying that he's had injuries, but I think that now that he's in the pros, he got a chip on the shoulder where he want to show you how just how good he really is. So look at the film on YouTube, man, because he's an incredible guy.
Yeah, he's going to be interesting to watch in camp, man, for real.
Reason, what were they saying about Minnesota? Yeah. What was the rumors with Minnesota that we were trying to jump up in the first round with Minnesota?
We were trying to go to the 23rd.
Yeah.
And they wanted the 36th, the 50th, and a day 2 pick next year.
Yeah, that's way
What
too
the
much.
fuck? That's
Peace.
insane, man. But we could have,
No thanks.
we could have given up a future one for that pick, and other picks, not the seconds though, because then we would have missed out on our tackle and on our safety. But we could have given out future capital for a Najee, and that would have been the perfect draft. But they just, again, they have a value on running backs, and they're not going to go over it, right?
I like what they did. I'm glad they did what they did instead of giving up an arm and a leg for Najee. I'd rather.
Yeah, 100%.
Listen, one of these drafts, a second-round running back has to fall to us that we take. The
Yeah,
other folks are just going to wait year after year, dude.
Yeah.
And when their guy in the second finally falls to them, they'll do it. I mean, I guess that's good team management, right? You're not going to reach for players you want to reach on. Like, look at the Ravens, bro. Guys are always falling to them, and it kind of works out for them. One year it does, one year it doesn't. You know, a guy who might not be a team need falls, and he balls out. Other times it's a need, and they take the guy because he actually falls. Look at the Chiefs, man. They got Creed Humphrey right into their lap, dude. Like, I'm happy that we didn't reach for it, but then again, like Reason would probably say, he wouldn't have traded up for Eichenberg. He probably would have let a guy fall and see where who landed to us. So it's kind of a give and take there, I guess.
You know what's crazy? I wouldn't have traded up for Eichenberg. I would have taken 36 Tevin Jenkins, and I would have traded up for Javon Holland.
Yes.
Yeah.
And if you really want to play this game, instead of taking Hunter Long at 81, I would have sat Pretty at 50 and taken Pat Freiermuth.
Can you imagine Pat Freiermuth and Gesicki, man? That'd be so deadly. And then at that point,
that's Gronk and Hernandez right there, bro.
I think what happened with I think why they picked Javonte Holland is because they thought Atlanta was going to pick him at 40th, because Atlanta did go safety, right?
Yeah, Richie Grant.
Maybe everybody, not the media, but maybe everybody in the second round that was picking a safety first had Javon Holland rated number 1 in their boards, right? Because he's a stud. In that
really
position.
good. Yeah, he's really good.
Yeah, like
well,
he's a bona fide stud.
Morgan passes medical, so that would also put Holland up above him.
Right. Listen, the draft to a big extent also is a crapshoot. We don't know what player is going to be what. You know, watch Javonte Williams end up being a meh and just a mediocre running back, and Javon Holland end up being one of the best safeties in the NFL. You know what I mean? That's
you're just trying to make yourself feel better about Javonte.
I'm a Dolphins fan. I always have to I had to make myself feel better about John fucking Beck in 2008. Okay, so I always have to make myself feel better.
Good point.
But reason there's truth to that, because let's face it, running backs only have a short shelf life, right? So Holland probably is going to play to a second contract that, he's going to probably get overpaid anyway. So there's truth to that. It's just the next 3 years, we really wanted a good running attack, but they're going to do it by committee.
Javonte Williams will vie for a rushing title, but first contract's done. I had a very similar grade to him. So what I had on Jonathan Taylor, who I was banging the table for last year. How'd that work out?
And Reason, I will say this. Sorty made it a point to say that we're going to try to hit on one of these running backs in the draft sooner or later. This 2022 draft, and I know we're still trying to reach for it, but that Zamir White kid from Georgia, I really like him. I really like how he runs the football, bro. And I think he might fall to us if we plan on, taking a running back to really be a 1A, a feature back. I'm just saying for the draft, in the future. That'll be a guy I would love for us to just keep our eyes on and see, how he progresses in 2021 at Georgia, and see if he'll fall into our lap with that San Francisco pick.
Say that again. Who I was looking at something. What player?
Zamir White. Yeah, the running back from Georgia.
Yeah. He was supposed to come out this year.
Yeah, but he went back, probably to boost up more of his stock. But I'm just saying he's one of those running backs where I know we missed on our running backs this year, one by one. Najee, Javonte Williams, Kenneth Gainwell, they all, right before we picked, they all went. But a guy like Zamir White, that'll be one of those running backs where I was like, all right, it's good we didn't take anybody else because he might be special in the league, bro. I'm
running back
just throwing that
class
out there.
is like you got Isaiah Spiller, Brees Hall, Zamir, Frank Gore Jr. is eligible, isn't he next year?
Oh, from Southern Miss.
Yeah, I think he's eligible next year.
Yeah, he is.
What about the Texas A&M kid?
That's Isaiah Spiller.
Isaiah Spiller.
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
Man, I was trying to see Trey Sanders play for Bama last year, man, because that kid coming out of high school was, a highly recruited prospect, and that man got injured, I think, the first year or something. I think he had a broken I can't, it was like a lower leg, like a leg or a foot or something, and then he didn't play last year, so I'm like, dang, man. I only saw Brian Robertson, but that Trey Sanders kid was supposed to be an elite talent coming out. So
there's another name to watch, Sincere McCormick.
Whatever running back we're gonna get, guys, since 2004. Whenever we took Ronnie Brown, we haven't taken a running back in the first 3 rounds. In the first 3 rounds, right? So it's like Drake was the highest guy we selected, and he was the fourth round.
Even Ronnie Brown was a reach, man. I would have taken Aaron Rodgers at 2.
Absolutely.
Exactly.
Bro,
At least we didn't take Cadillac Williams. That's all I can say.
Can you imagine? We could have had Aaron Rodgers.
I was just about to say that.
We could have had Aaron Rodgers. We could have had Drew Brees. But we couldn't have any of those guys because Tom Brady. Right. Tom Brady was running. Yeah. Tom Brady was running the show. So we had like the Kavorka, to quote Seinfeld. We had the lure of the animal, man.
Can you imagine Tom Brady versus Aaron Rodgers twice a year all those years?
Oh, wow.
Would have been awesome.
Wow. Yeah.
And Aaron Rodgers can play in the snow. We know that.
Yeah.
You know what's funny?
We
literally, history repeated itself, except we were on the other end of it because it was Dan Marino drop all over again.
True.
And what's crazy is he's literally a more athletic version of Dan Marino.
Yep.
That's what's even more scary is how similar their play styles are.
Yeah, but Aaron Rodgers was before his time, right? Like, look at everybody now. Aaron Rodgers was the first drawback guy that can scramble and be efficient. And between the years, he was just prolific at understanding blitzes and everything. Right. Mm-hmm. So it just scouts just didn't know how to evaluate him properly.
No. That wasn't the case. That wasn't quite the case.
He was a Tedford quarterback. Everybody hated that he was a Tedford quarterback.
He had some mechanical issues too coming out.
It's a combination of all of what you guys are saying right now. The biggest thing with Aaron Rodgers coming out of Cal and what scouts can mention right now is he was too arrogant coming out of California. I don't know if you guys remember how Aaron Rodgers was at a passing drill like for a college quarterback, throwing at targets and who can throw the ball the farthest. The Miami Dolphins hosted that drill for those college quarterbacks, and Aaron Rodgers came off as really arrogant, bro. And a lot of teams were turned off by him.
That was Nick Saban's first draft, right? When we drafted Ronnie Brown.
Yeah, Nick Saban didn't want nothing to do with him, man.
Right. I remember Nick Saban had
the info authority. Drop the info authority.
Johnny Utah.
Johnny Utah.
Oh, Lord.
Oh, my God. Don't worry, guys. I'm going to post it in the community. I'm going to give you his real name and his birth date.
Nice. By reason, on a side note, what do you think of Trey Lance? I've been watching a lot of film on Trey Lance, dude. I'm not high on him anymore. Like, I kind of liked him, but I don't like him anymore. I just feel like his accuracy issues are like not at the level that a professional quarterback in the NFL should have. And,
that's because he's only been playing the position for like 3 or 4 years.
And the other thing is his footwork on the pocket. Like you look at Tua and you look at other successful quarterbacks, how they move from one read to another. He's so static that if he doesn't escape from the pocket to create more time, it just
don't compare footwork with Tua though to Trey Lance. Anybody, that's unfair when it comes to college quarterbacks because his footwork was real good. It's better than most.
Right.
No,
Right.
I know, but at the same time, still though, he's just too static. Like I just feel like if he had to play right away, like somehow
He's
Jimmy
not.
G,
Yeah, he's
whatever
not playing.
happens, it's gonna be brutal, man. Like
For
it's
Trey Lance?
Yeah.
he needs
Yeah, they'll
like
sit
there's
him for a
no
bit.
way.
They say he needs to sit
I
for
think
a
he's.
little while.
I think the thing is he's a really quick processor. He's super smart, right?
They said that about Josh Rosen too, man. Super smart.
Yeah, but I mean, their tape were two totally different things. Super mobile. I mean, he's a legit dual threat guy. He's got a cannon for an arm. You know, he's smart in terms of like he'll move around the pocket, he'll reset his feet, and he'll make a throw. Like he's not a jabroni in that sense. The other thing too is he hangs in there and he'll take the hit to make the throw. So he shows, you know, the tenacity you need to play the position. Like I said, I think he does have elite football IQ, and you can work with that, man. Everything you're talking about can come down to mechanics, right? In terms of his accuracy issues can be fixed. You know, I think, and the thing is, you have issues with his accuracy, but look at he only had one interception in 19 college games, right? In 2019, he threw 40 touchdowns and didn't have one interception.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so I think, you know, I think it's more his accuracy is more comes down to sometimes his anticipation and his ability to lead the receiver is off. But like I said, you can work with that. Like
Right.
if you're a smart player, if you have high level IQ aptitude, you can learn probably pretty quickly. The other thing too is sometimes I noticed he was a little bit hesitant to make the big throw when it presented itself. Like the issue some people have with Tua, he had that kind of at the college level just because he wanted to be so safe and efficient with the football. But you know, you got to remember he's only 20 years old right now.
Wow. It's like monogamy coming out.
Right.
He's gonna be
So
21
young.
before the season starts.
How
But
long has he
No,
been
he's
playing
not.
the
No,
position?
no, he's not.
when I think
He turned 20 this year.
That's crazy.
Oh, this year? Oh.
Yeah,
But my biggest concern with him was his last 3 games.
he's got a rocket, right? Like he's got a rocket on that arm.
His last 3 games, he really struggled throwing the ball, and that's because there was so much tape on him. Defenses were trying to really zone in on him. The other thing is the tackling that was happening in his conference was just, it wasn't even mediocre, it was just bad tackling. That's why he could escape for like 60-yard runs, because it was just brutal tackling at the line of scrimmage. But no, I think he's a great kid, very knowledgeable. He shows many highlight reels. I just feel like there's a lot of quarterbacks that show promise, but the tangibles are that under stress, he's able to escape like with quick footwork, and I just feel like he's too static as far as quick footwork. Like I know he's a bulldozer, like he's a Kaepernick type of guy that he will bulldoze and run a straight line, but he's not going to be your Aaron Rodgers where he's going to finesse his way around, or a Patrick Mahomes or something like that, who's going to finesse his way around the on the pocket.
I see what you mean, RD.
He's a better scrambler than them, though.
Than who?
Than all those guys, than Aaron Rodgers and
Well,
stuff.
he can escape out of the pocket, but I'm saying his finesse in the pocket.
He has pretty good
I see what you
mobility.
mean.
He has pretty good mobility in the pocket, man.
And
That's one of his strengths.
the last 3 games he got destroyed. That's all I know. That just looking at all of his games, the last 3 games that he played in his college career, his team was doing, like, they managed to win them, but he was throwing interceptions, fumbling the ball, and his completion percentage was awful.
He only threw 1 interception all
doesn't
full
make any
time in
sense.
college.
He threw, but that's what I'm saying. The last 3 games he threw a pick, right? Like everything was. All I'm saying is watch out for this kid, right? Like we're not gonna see him next year, and if we did, it's gonna be horrific.
So who's got the feedback?
I'm not buying none of
got
that.
crazy feedback.
I'd be more scared about Zach Wilson because look what he did against Coastal Carolina.
Yeah.
No, I think Zach Wilson has good. Like when you look at his tape, ever since 2019, he showed if you give him a good O-line, he has the ability to play pro style offense.
See, that's not true at all because a lot of his big plays came outside of the pocket. He's actually worse in the pocket than he is when the play breaks down and he improvises.
That's correct.
No, in the pocket, yeah. But he has the type of ability. First of all, his scrambling ability, it's really good. Like he basically has eyes in the back of his head.
He is really going to struggle this year though with the Jets.
Yeah.
Well, I think their O-line is going to help. Like they invested highly on him. They got him the running back, wide receivers. That O-line got
It'll be better than
in.
last year.
So I think he's not going in the same. He's not a Sam Darnold situation.
Right. He's got way more to work with than a Sam Darnold in New York right now.
Yeah.
But he's still gonna struggle because New York is basically in their neonate stage with the new head coach, new coordinators, new regime altogether.
Right.
New quarterback.
He's going from a small program to a big city.
Right.
Yeah.
And New York Jets fans are brutal, man. Let me tell you.
Yeah, believe me. Like I told you guys, I live on Long Island, man. The Jet fans are the fucking worst.
They had Adam Gates.
Yeah.
That's true. That's true.
Adam Gates, well, coach, you'd be brutal too.
Yeah.
I'm just saying. I think Wilson's gonna show flashes this year of why he was the number 2 overall pick, but he's gonna have he's gonna struggle. He's gonna struggle this year. And
the problem is gonna be the defenses he's about to face.
Oh yeah.
That improvisation. When one of your biggest strengths is your ability to make something happen when the play breaks down, the problem is the defenses that he's gonna be facing when the play breaks down. They're not going to give you a ton of time to get outside the pocket and make something happen.
That's right.
And let's be honest, we're not talking about a Josh Allen arm here.
And who's going to be his running back?
Michael Carter.
Michael Carter might take that spot, man.
And they got
Phillips gonna get a good, 4 or 5 sacks on him this year.
Yeah.
The Jets, they're in a tough defensive division. The Dolphins, the Patriots, and the Bills all have potentially top 10 defenses. So, I mean, it is what it is. The kid might struggle. Yeah, he might struggle. But Trey Lance, I'll have to disagree with you, RD. Trey Lance showed enough, especially in certain moments, because the FBS and the FCS are a little different. The FBS has that 4-team playoff, where the FCS you literally have to have a playoff bracket, like almost like NFL type playoff bracket. North Dakota State, which is where Carson Wentz came from, they made a reputation almost like the Patriots. If they make the playoffs, then you're bound to see like just solid execution and good play. So he's coming from a system where you have to handle pressure.
Yeah.
You have to be sound in your technique. You have to be sound in the plans
and Martin,
attack.
I know you played the position, Florida A&M. I played the position up here in Canada. Bro, the guy has more tools at his disposal than Carson Wentz had, and I think he's a better prospect than what Carson Wentz was coming out.
I believe so.
And reason you said this numerous times, he's going to the perfect offensive system for him.
Yeah, man. And they're not trading Jimmy G, so they're going to groom him.
Right.
Yep.
They're not going to rush him out there, right? Like, I'm telling you right now, the problem Zach Wilson's about to have,
he's going to get rushed out there.
Yeah, you're going to get rushed out there, and this isn't the division you want to get rushed out there against.
Fact.
You're going up against the best corners in the AFC in this division. The whole AFC.
So, I totally agree with you guys. If Trey Lance...
Justin Fields got the chance to be the best of the class, though. Let's be completely honest with ourselves right now, though.
Yeah,
I agree with that reason.
Matt Nagy got a real plan in place for that kid, man.
And he's got weapons, bro.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah. Allen Robinson, Anthony Miller.
Yeah.
Jimmy Graham still there. I love David Montgomery at running back.
And you got Tariq Cohen back there too.
Tariq Cohen,
Yeah, he's
still
coming
there.
back from injury.
And they helped him with his O line.
Tevin
Yeah.
Jenkins.
Yeah, Tevin
I love
Jenkins.
what the
Yeah.
Bears
Left
did,
tackle,
man.
yeah.
They got a squad, and their defense is still stacked. So
Yeah.
Yep.
Khalil Mack,
that's going to be
yeah.
a hell of a team, man.
Yeah.
Respect.
Yep. And they got
Hopefully
Kyle Fuller.
Mahomes not
Oh,
be
no,
here to
no,
see
no,
the
no. He's in the
Bears.
Broncos now.
All right, guys, we're at the 2 hour 5 minute mark. Let's go through some final thoughts. I'll start with you, Martin.
Final thoughts. I'm still going to, try not to fan these flames for Aaron Rodgers. One of my favorite quarterbacks to watch ever. Been knowing him since his days at Butte Junior College. Like the guy's the real deal. But I'm not trading away all of what we've tactically acquired to have a patchwork done. And we're saying, look what Brady did. He won the Super Bowl. Yeah, I get it. But like Orlovsky said, do you want to, win for 5 years or do you want to win for 15 years? And being down here, man, I'll go with the tenure, man. Give me Tua for 15 years and let's reel off like 4 or 5 Super Bowls with him instead of 2 or less with Rodgers. So that's my take, man.
Josh, let's get your final thoughts, buddy.
I'll just use the example of the Buffalo Bills, and you see that team, they had a down year with Josh Allen first year, second year he progressed in a team, was able to add some key pieces. They ended up going to the playoffs. Then they lost to the Texans, I believe, in the first round or so. But then you look at this year, they bring in Stephon Diggs, they, bring in some other key components, and this man took off, man, with, them giving him time. And if you look at what the Dolphins did, I mean, we've said this numerous times already, they have brought in talent to let Tua do his thing this year. So, I mean, the way I see it is after this season, there's not going to be any quarterback controversies in terms of, oh, the Dolphins need a quarterback or anything. That's not going to be the case. So I think we just got to be patient. I mean, there's going to be a lot of noise out there because, I mean, like I said, they got 4.5 months to, try and gain time to, keep topics and things like that, for the ratings. So, I mean, it's not even an issue. I mean, we just got to focus on our team. We're heading in the right direction, and, hands up.
Sorry, Todd, your final thoughts, bro.
Hey, as far as the Aaron Rodgers thing, let's go to the old line. Just when we thought that we got out, they drag us back in. The old Godfather line. But it's just the fact I'm aggravated because it gives certain people that we shall not name on this thing more reasons to drive us crazy bringing it up. And that's just the aggravating part. I thought it was finally over. Watson didn't get traded. We went through our draft. It's over. Now they're going to bring this up. They didn't even let the draft get through before they brought it up. Yeah. But, let's just go with Tua. Let's see what we can do. We're giving them all the weapons. I'll be honest, no excuses. Let them go out there and ball, though.
Right.
Sorty, your final thoughts, buddy.
All right, about the Aaron Rodgers rumors. Listen, they have Jordan Love. They drafted him. They don't really need Tua. If I were to go through with this, which I don't really want to, but I mean, it seemed like Greer and Flores were kind of in on Watson. So who knows? Who knows what they're thinking? If they were to go the Rodgers angle, I would give up draft capital, but I'm keeping Tua, man. And let Rodgers do his thing here for like 3 years potentially, and then we just roll with Tua after that. I think that's all baseless rumors, pipe dream crap. So other than that, I'll say I would like to see us make a waiver offer. I guess a waiver claim for Kerryon. I think he'd be a good addition to the running back room. It would kind of show that we're actively looking to improve that. Gave me a little bit more hope in that room overall going into the season.
Agreed. L. Paul, let's get your final thoughts, buddy.
Okay, my final thoughts is that because we have so many picks and resources, I think we're going to fight probably for the next couple of years. We're going to always be a target of where a player may go and this and that and where because of the resources that we have. But like I said, I watched this thing just start as a little rumor. You know, like I said, for Aaron Rodgers be landing in Denver, and then when someone happens to mention that, well, look at the Dolphins, because even though they went through the draft, they still have a lot of resources to get Aaron Rodgers. That's why they're pinning Aaron Rodgers to us. So I personally, we need to just go ahead and stick with Tua, and let's keep our resources and our picks. Stick with Tua because I think he's going to be very successful. The man has his mindset on being a professional quarterback, and if you go look at some of the training that he's doing, that tells it right there.
Yeah. Yes, sir.
Yeah, Will, let's get your final thoughts, buddy.
All right, my final thought is excitement, man. I'm really excited about this team. I haven't been this excited about a Dolphins team in a long time. We got a chance to have maybe the most explosive and fast offense in football. We got a chance to have maybe the most turnover heavy and exciting defense in the league as far as sacks and picks and just stuff from the run goes. That's why I'm a no to Rodgers on the whole. I mean, in reality, like I said earlier, he's one of my favorite NFL players of all time. But at the end of the day, I think that Tua is a man on a mission. And going forward, you got a real chance in this AFC East for Tua, Wilson and Allen to be the next, like Dan Marino, Ken O'Brien, and a great Bills quarterback. Why is his name escaping me? From the 1980s. So at any rate, we got a real chance to have a lot of exciting football going. Yeah, Jim Kelly. Sorry, I don't know how I forgot his name. But we got a chance to have a very exciting football in Miami over the course of the next 5-10 years. So I wouldn't give up on that for a shot at a Super Bowl for a couple of years with Rodgers. I think we're going to have a shot at a Super Bowl over the course of the next 10, 15 years with Tua. So I'm excited, man. I just hope these guys stay healthy.
RD, your final thoughts, buddy.
Yeah, just to add on what everyone has said, I think we're all of the same mind. We want to see Tua progress. There is no guarantee that you bring in one of these veterans and they're going to be successful because, let's face it, you bring in Aaron Rodgers, the man has only made it to one Super Bowl. There is no guarantee. He has lost 4 NFC championships.
True.
The last one he lost was a complete joke. I mean, it was handed to him on a silver platter, and that team just melted down.
True.
So there is no guarantee, right? So when I'm looking at Tua, I mean, just think about it this way, from a perspective of a storyline. All right, just how everything happened. We were tanking for Tua. Now everybody wants to trade Tua for every quarterback in the land, the ones that are in the league, or the ones who are coming into the league, or the ones who are going to come into the future in the league. It's incredible. So I think if Tua balls out, he'll have the best storyline for years and years to come. We can tell to our grandchildren what happened with this great man. In other news, like, I couldn't give a rat's ass about any other quarterback. Like, I love my guy, and that's how it is. That's how it should be. You have to be in love with your quarterback, and you cannot just like him when he's, killing it. You have to also like him in his first year when he struggled a little bit, which was not his fault. Like, you have to. And getting an Aaron Rodgers, man, it's going to cost you an arm and a leg. Team first, all right? So that's we have to stick to the process. Our process is working. I don't know about other teams' processes, but our process is working. We're 2 years into this thing. Third year, we should see a lot of success. And go Fins, baby. Let's go.
Yes, sir.
Crypto, your final thoughts, buddy.
Yeah, I'm in agreement with mostly what everybody's saying. It's mostly media fodder, when it comes to the whole quarterback thing. You got to stick and trust in your guy, play chess and not checkers. It's either you want to have a quickie with the prostitute from out of town, or you want to have a long-lasting orgasm with the woman in your backyard. So that's what it goes. I'd rather go with the long-lasting orgasm with the woman in my backyard instead of the quick.
Salute, brother.
That being said, Fins up, and we're going to dominate the division. It was started that step. At least minimum 5-1 in the division, and then take care of the rest of the conference, and we'll be good.
Yo, Rhino, I see you backstage, but your cam's on, so I don't know if you want that. Oh, okay. All right. Well, we're here for the face reveal.
Let's go. I want to see this.
What's going on, Rhino?
Rhino's white.
Rhino.
Rhino, what's up, man?
I thought Rhino was Japanese.
Oh, this changes everything, Rhino.
But can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Hey, man, this Rodgers stuff is I don't know who it was, but they just said because we have all this stuff, the first round picks and all the picks that we've accumulated, they're going to put our name in everything. It's just the way it is. And I'm with Martin, man. We just need to. Tua's the guy. We need to stick with him, and he's definitely the answer. If we get Rodgers, this is going to delay Tua's progression, and I'm not for that. I'm not sure what else you guys talked about tonight.
Yes, sir.
Stuff.
Yeah,
Jeez, Rhino.
Oh, Irving's decided to join the party too with the face reveal. Look at you! You're setting the standard out here, Rhino.
Yeah, we got to break this Avatar crap, man.
I know.
Yeah, right.
That's true.
Hey, this is
Sorty, you're next.
So. Big coaster.
Sorty.
I don't got a webcam, bro.
Oh yeah.
Name reveal and face reveal.
You want me to start with security too?
Is it 4K?
Sorty's gonna put on one of those dog.
I don't have a camera.
There you go, RD.
BlackBerry still exists. Sorty's gonna do one of those dog filters. That's what he's gonna come on with.
How'd you know?
Irving, let's get your final thoughts, bro.
Yeah, man. Hey, just ignore all the media noise, man. They just want attention. That's all it is. It's just media clicks. That's all. They just want to create. They just want to attract ratings and attract audiences and gain ratings, and that's all it is. The truth is we got the Samoan sniper in our arsenal, and we got him in our team.
Yes, sir.
No, but in all seriousness, I would love to have Aaron Rodgers in our team. He with all the talent that we have amassed over the past couple years on this team, he could definitely get a shot in the Super Bowl and take us to the promised land. Like RD said, it's not guaranteed. The guy hasn't been very successful in the playoffs in that regard. We should just stick to the formula. And stick to the process or the flow test, in other words, for lack of a better term, in Dolphins terms, I mean, and stick to what we're doing, man. Just stick to what we're doing. It's working. It's shown, we've seen the progress. We've seen the actual, results happening, before our eyes. So, we went from 5-11 to 10-6, we ended up with the top scoring defense, one of the top defenses in creating turnovers. So, this whole off season has been dedicated to Tua's success, right? It's been tooled to guarantee Tua's it's guaranteed to provide him with success at the next level. To help him, eventually make that leap that we're expecting him to take that in his sophomore year. So, we just got to stick to stick to the process, man. That's it. I mean, if you trade for an Aaron Rodgers, you're only gonna, you're gonna gut your team's future. You're gonna gut all the capital that you spent like hell, amassing over the few years, and
Irv, we with you. We want Aaron Rodgers too, but not at the expense.
No, I know
Tagovailoa's progression. So we're like, no way.
I know. Yeah, I'm saying that that I just don't want to give that. I don't want to sabotage that.
Right.
I like what Chris Greer and what Coach Flora is building. And it shows promise. So we should stick to that. So it's up.
And one more thing, reason. What if Tua gets traded and he balls out? How the fuck are we gonna feel about that in the future? Imagine that. Like everyone's getting assassinated who said trade him. Like there's gonna be hitmans on it because this franchise can't
there's a
take
list.
another.
There's a
they
list.
Cannot take another. Breeze gone awry or Manning was supposed
Matt
to come
Ryan,
here or
yeah.
Rodgers. Come on, man.
Yeah, man. We got our guy, man. We got our guy.
All right, boys. I'm gonna be back Friday night. I'm gonna do a prospect preview and breakdown of Jalen Waddle. I'm gonna have a bunch of all 22. Gonna go a little bit deeper into my evaluation about him, and then next week I will do Jalen Phillips and maybe Hunter Long. I'm gonna go in sequence. So maybe Javon Holland and Hunter Long. Hunter Long? Jalen Phillips and Javon Holland next week, but I'm gonna at least do up to Hunter Long. So yeah, I will be back Friday night unless something seriously breaks tomorrow that's worth me coming on about. But until then, I hope everyone stays happy, healthy, and safe. Fins up all day, every day, baby.
Peace.